Oh my god, this guy.
Did not want to make.
This guy is. I love this guy so much. Because he has like a personal bias. Uh, fucking against these people. Uh, Actually, recently, guys, before I really start this live stream, me and Avenger recently got access to all of the DMs um between Castor and Leaping Lay, and we discovered some things between Bomb Boyser and Castor that I think is fucking great, and we can get into that another date. But yeah, instead we're gonna watch this guy because this guy he made an 11-minute video, and one of my friends DM'd me the video. I was like, ooh, okay, and uh the 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 thing that caught my eye is the thumbnail, itself.
I genuinely
Uh,
did not want to make a video like this at
let's
first,
react.
but with how much resurfacing of these allegations that are being thrown around, I decided that enough is enough and I'm just going to make a video about it and call it a day. Friendly Fire is a YouTuber who has been around since December 26, 2022. He has been involved in many controversies and many different dramas before. One is with one of my friends, Bomb Boyser. He has
Woo!
made many different kind of videos
Bomb
on
Boys are made
Boyser,
many
which,
different kind of.
no surprise, they are all shit.
But you didn't even fully watch. Wait. You didn't fully watch this. You didn't fully watch this. You did not fully watch this. What do you mean they're all shit? You haven't even fully watched them, dude. The screenshot shows you have not fully watched it.
Different kind of videos on Bomb Boyser, which, no surprise, they are all shit. As much as I want to go over how Friendly Fire is a malicious individual himself,
Oh,
this is what I am not going to be talking about today. What I'm going to be talking about, however, is this specific video right here. This
yeah.
video is going over some allegations of Bomb Boyser, which are clearly not true.
And I'm waiting.
Let's go over them, shall we?
Why do you speed this up? Oh, why is the editing so shit? And before I really state anything, I just want to say the screenshots I'm covering are allegations. The artwork is definitely not. I don't know why Bomb is trying to deny the artwork out of all things, but it's whatever. If you weren't there for my live stream last night, a Google Doc on the art YouTuber I had drama with, Bomb Boyser or Leaping Lay, has released. In this Google Doc, many screenshots of this person saying diabolical shit came out, as well as artwork he made of him cosplaying as a Nazi. Okay.
All right, so it hasn't even been a minute yet, and I already have fucking issues with the video.
I'm waiting, dude.
First of all, this artwork that you're displaying right here, it is clearly AI generated.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
checked many different sites and sources, and all of them came back as it was likely AI generated.
All right. Now let me show you this. Bomb Boyser's art style, in general, is AI like. Look at this. This is a regular piece of Bomb Boyser artwork I found. Found this on his community tab, right? Likely to be 59% AI generated. Bomb Boyser's old art style is literally known to be looks like somewhat AI. Like, but does that mean their art is AI? No, dude. That's literally because most of the screenshots there, right? Most of the like the fucking screenshots. I can look past most of the screenshots, right? It's the fact that this normal piece of Bomb Boyser artwork is likely to be AI. Just because something is said to be AI does not mean it's AI, dude. And just because you did your own AI check does not mean you're right, dude. Because guess what? If you literally do any of Von Boyser's old art style for any of the websites, dude, it goes back as AI. That is literally because this person has an AI art style, at least their old art style. Let's do a regular piece of artwork of this guy, and you could tell that it comes back as AI. Is this AI, Zeal? Because this website says it's 59% likely. Now, I would also like to mention that other websites that you can do not likely to be AI generated or deepfaked, right? Now, true image probability, 30%. There's many bipolar answers on this simply because many of the artworks in this are most likely AI or most likely not. This is the piece of artwork I use. It came back as AI. That's because this guy hasn't. Oh my god! Don't invite me in this. That's because this guy has a multiple AI. This guy has an AI art style, right? And look, not likely to be AI generated. This image is likely human generated. This image is likely human created. Just because something claims to be AI or something claims to not be AI is not evidence, dude. You need actual evidence. This is actual real artwork of this person or actual real evidence I'm wrong here. AI checkers are not accurate, dude.
And if this so-called image is real, then can you point out how there are inconsistencies with the drawing? These are drawings that Bomb has made of his past persona. Notice the
Okay, I can see the inconsistencies here. I cannot see the inconsistencies here.
inconsistencies
I'm being
slash
so truthful with
issues
you,
with
dude.
it. Now, it doesn't take a genius to point it out. So here are the inconsistencies. I have never seen him shade head art like this
All
before.
right, now let's. You never seen it. You never seen it. So again, with the bias, you never seen it. You never seen it. Does it not mean it didn't happen, dude? AI checkers are not accurate, and I just disproved your first claim. And now let's pull up some old art this guy have made. Right. On. And another thing I want to point out is Bomb Boyzer has a habit of lying shitty things he did. There's a full live stream that he put on members only where someone called him out for doxing my stepdad's first name, and he decided to hide from it. Strange. It's literally because this guy has a full-on habit of denying shit, and then eventually he full-on admits to the truth. If this guy's an edgelord, I don't care. I'm going to be honest. Now let me pull up something. You can see, look at this, look at this. You can see he shades his head like that. He does shade. You can shade like that, dude. What? What fucking point is that? No, I never seen him shade like that. It's shaded like the here. Shaded like that here. Shaded like that here. That is in his art. Shaded like that here. Can you tell me how you said that art styles are similar to its 2024, yet you showed screenshots from 6 months ago? Are we dead ass? From 2024 all the way until he changed his art style. That's clearly my intention. What? My intention was to show that before he changed his art style, that was the most accurate one.
Before at all. This right here is also a bit of an inconsistency because
No, where?
you can see the shadow from it as well. The nose is supposed to be sharp.
Are we? Are we dead fucking ass, dude? There's no way. There is no way. Look. Let me show you something. This is a classic art style of Bomb. This was used in the thumbnail, right? This image is likely to be created. It's literally because this guy's art looks like AI, Zeal. What do you want me to say, dude? You can generate most of like this guy's old art into this like fucking any websites. Look. Likely a real image. Look, and the nose is sharp. The nose is sharp. What the fuck? The nose is fucking sharp, dude. You didn't even pay fucking attention. Look. Look, are you saying Leaping Lay used AI for this? What my point here is that your little sources on AI generated artwork is not always going to be accurate, Zeal. You can't just use an AI checker to make sure you're correct on this. As well as that, AI checker cannot confirm if some niche art like here's another thing. An AI checker, though. I mean, it's still oh my god, can I get this guy on a live stream? Can we debate? Can we let's please come in. Please come in. I want to debate you about this. I genuinely want to debate you. If we debate about this and you prove your point to me, I'll personally apologize and take it down because I'm more focused on the Nazi art. Yeah, he is a nobody. Avenger, I'm not letting you in the stream yard. I want Zio. Zio, come on. If me and you call about this and you prove me right or prove me wrong, then hell, you know what? I'll take it down. All right, all right. Please, Zio. Please. Anyways, back to my point on the AI checker thing. The AI checker cannot always check if a niche art style creator, like a niche creator in the art space, is using AI or not. Like, this is regular art made by Bomb, right? Regular art made by Bomb. 90% fake, right? Now, if we go into this group chat, right? Regular art by Bomb. 59.5 likely to be AI generated. Does that mean this is AI generated? Does that mean that image is AI generated? No, it's just because this guy, like, no one knows if this guy is an AI artist or not. Come on, Zio. Come on. We debated before. Come on. If you want to prove your friend innocent, then how about you talk to me about it? Because you know what? I'll do you a favor. If you prove me wrong, I'll take down all 3 of my videos on this dude. All 3 of my videos will be taken down on this dude. Anyways.
Why is it not sharp in this image at all?
It is! Dude. It is. Another thing I want to point out. Regular art this person has made. Why is it not sharp? Why is it not sharp, Zeal? Why is it not sharp in this one, Zeal? That doesn't make sense to me. Wait. Why is it not sharp in this one? What? What? Why is it not sharp in these ones? Are we dead ass? That's your proof it's inconsistency. I just showed 2 regular art this person has made where the nose is not sharp. Who says I won't? You know what? Promise is a promise. I'll delete my channel if you prove me wrong. I was dead ass to delete my channel out of embarrassment if I get proven wrong by this dude.
This is also another example. He colors.
Look, even in the image you're using, dude, the nose is round.
His line art. He also adds highlight on the clothing.
Now, okay, let's pull up the original artwork, right? Let's pull up the original artwork. Let me see if I can even get it. If we pay really close attention, the line art is colored. But I don't know.
Which you can clearly see is not here at all.
I want to criticize the person who wrote the Google Doc, as this Google Doc, in my opinion, was not handled properly. We have no warning in this Google Doc. And this Google Doc mentions heavy gore topics, as well as topics of Shotacon and Nazi imagery. A lot of the triggering topics that deserve a warning for people who are viewing this Google Doc. And it's not like this person didn't add a warning. This person did, but it was just not harass Sleeping Lay. And even then, it was just a sentence, and they even shortened the sentence by doing please. It's just not properly formatted. There's no warnings at all for this Google Doc, and that's all. Speaking of which, if you look at the screenshot, you can see that this person said, so yeah. You are enlightening us of serious allegations, and all you're doing is calling it so yeah. I do not get why this person cannot take this seriously or add any proper warnings in this.
So how are you going to say that this guy who made the document needs to take the situation seriously?
Because he's the one making the allegations.
First of all, with your track record, you never take anything seriously.
Because I'm not the one making allegations, I cover them.
At all. You just think it's all fucking fun and games, don't
It
you?
is to me. It is very fun in games to me, if you ask me. However, I criticize this person because they're the one making the Google Doc. They're the one wanting to spread the word around. I don't care about people spreading the word about Blue Bastard. I don't care about people spreading the word about any of the people I covered. This person wants his name and word to be spread around. That's why I felt like he should have took it seriously. If he doesn't want to take it seriously, then that's perfectly fine on the doc writer's point. However, my point in the point, like my original point is, he's the one making the allegations.
And all of that. And also, I know you're gonna try calling me a liar, but these screenshots prove something else.
Because I'm not the one making the allegations, dude. Again, real criticism for the introduction doc. Just the lack of warnings and how this person's using typing words in such serious allegations and calling it a so yeah problem. I would also like to mention that everyone inside this Google Doc was involved with this activity. However, the only person being name dropped is Leaping Lay. They're not even showing Orange, the person who's Leaping Lay's best friend in this situation, as well as their best friend. They're hiding everyone's identity despite them also being involved. And it's just to avoid criticism on their part. They're aiming for Bomb Boyzer just to get the only criticism in the situation, despite them also being involved in this. Even the
So, like, there's something called wanting to stay anonymous. Also, in this
wanting to stay anonymous when they're posting gore, being involved in Nazi imagery, and again, if they're gonna call out Bomb Boyzer for this, my point is, are you ready, Zeal? If they're gonna call out Bomb Boyzer for this, then get this. They should also be calling out themselves. They should not be hiding people's identities. Everyone should equally get in trouble for this because they all equally had a part. That's like me making a Google Doc on Avenger and then hiding his UTTP buddies and hiding the identities of the UTTP buddies because they want to be anonymous. That makes no sense, Zeal. In my personal opinion, I feel like everyone should have been name dropped. That was my point. Because the only person that's going to face harassment in this situation is Bomb Boyzer, despite them all being involved.
document, are they considered the victims? What do they need privacy?
Uh, Azil, like I said multiple times, I don't believe there is a victim in the situation. Like I said, I don't think any of them are fucking right. I think they're all retards, dude. Like I'm being so truthful with you, dude. None of these people are victims. I stated that multiple times. I stated that in my own live stream. I stated that in my own video. I don't think they're victims because they were involved in this activity. When did I ever say there was a victim in this situation? Actually, dead ass. When did I ever stated that? When did I ever state there was a victim? I think they're all retards.
Privacy? Wouldn't they need to stay anonymous? Also, you proved your exact point. It's supposed to be about Bob Boiser,
Yeah.
not about his friend circle.
Well, it is about his friend circle, though. It definitely is about his friend circle, though. The Google Doc was calling out the friend circle. Like, the Google Doc was mostly calling out Bomb Boiser, but his friend circle was involved. And it was mostly calling out the friend circle and what happened in the friend circle. The main reason why it's about Bomb is because Bomb is the one with the platform. My point is that all of them should be name dropped because this is about Bomb Boiser's friend circle. If you read the Google Doc, it's calling out the friend circle. Confusing, am I right?
Not about anybody else, just him. So your reasoning is kind of idiotic.
Oh, so you think Bomb Boiser should be the only one getting exposed in this? Because I personally think they're all retards. I don't know about you. Calling out, such as Orange, is censored. I do not get why they're censoring every name involved besides Leaping Lay. My only theory is that they just want Leaping Lay to get harassed, something I do not condone. My personal opinion in this situation is that all parties involved need to get exposed for this behavior. Just because one is bigger than the others does not mean they should also be called out for criticizing behavior. Because they're also calling out Orange, one of their friends, as well as calling out themselves. The final thing I want to criticize is the lack of censorship. See, I even said why? Why? I literally stated there was no victims in this. I literally stated there was no victims in this. Why do you think Bomb should be? Please hop in the StreamYard, dude. Please hop in the StreamYard. It's so boring debating you in live comments. But like I said, why should Bomb be the only one being exposed when the Google Doc was calling out what took place in the friend circle? That makes no sense. Okay, Avenger going on timeout. We do not make shit like this. Stop being retarded. But my original point is that everyone should be called out. Bomb should not be the only one being called out because in the Google Doc they acknowledge that they all found this hilarious. When did I ever say there was a victim? In the screenshot, they thankfully did cover up the gore. However, they made it very obvious on what's going on in this video. Which I'm not trying to sound like a sensitive pussy here, but it's very obvious they're trying to put the image in people's head.
Well, they censored the image.
While
And
also not putting any trigger warnings and trying to put the image in people's head. My point is, if you are gonna put if you're not gonna have any warnings, you should at least cover up you should at least cover up the full fucking thing. What? Fuck, I got a cough. You should at least cover up the full fucking fiend so people do not have to think about what's about to happen or what's going on.
And they would want people to know what kind of imagery that Bomb Boyzer was even showing. So, what is your point in this? Like, sure, people may be sensitive to this kind of imagery. I understand that, of course, but
While also not putting any warnings in the Google Doc.
wouldn't you want to know what they're talking about, though?
In my personal opinion, if they just showed like a red square, people would get that that's a gore video because the chat logs showcased that this was a gore video. So, Zeal, why would we need to know what exactly happened in the video when we could just already from the like snap of a finger get, okay, that's a gore video? We don't need to fucking get like, oh my god, stop being hypocritical, dude. Why is everyone on my side hypocritical? Anyways, we don't need to get that, oh, this guy's shooting himself. All we need to get is that there's a gore video. My original point is that this is a lack of censorship because we would get more context. I don't think we need context on what is in the video, though. I think we need to know that this is a gore video being posted. I don't think we need to know that this person's killing himself. I don't think that we need to know that this person is being murdered. What we need to know is that it's a gore video. We don't need to know the context of the video. We don't need to know what's in the video. We just need to know that it's a fucking gore video, dude. That's my original point. Does that make sense? We don't need to know the context of the video. We need to know context of the situation. We don't need context of this video. We need context of the situation. So we need to know that this is a gore video, which we can already get off the get-go with the screenshot. That was my point. And another point is I wouldn't even mind that screenshot, right? I would not mind that screenshot if they at least added proper warning, which they did not. Okay. We are not doing this shit, dude. I'm gonna disable fucking comments if you keep fucking doing this shit. Anyways, we're not posting people's doxes. If all this is true, no one involved in this situation is a perfect angel. Now, let's get into the leading lay allegations. See, I even stated no one involved in this situation is a perfect angel. When did I ever state there was a victim in this situation? You're putting words in my mouth, dude. I'm gonna cover what I know is true. The Nazi imagery art. Leading Lay posted in the general chat an image of his OC doing the Nazi salute, as well as him in the Nazi uniform. From what I can gather, these screenshots took place in 2024. If we look at this channel between those dates, you can see that that's their art style in that year. Here's a quick little side-by-side in case you are not convinced yet.
I'm not going over this again. I've already pointed out the
And your points are fucking bullshit, so... But I'll gladly go over them again.
inconsistencies in the beginning of the video.
Inconsistencies that I already debunked. Anyways. The only difference here is the shading. Afterwards, we get a follow screenshot between Purple, Orange, and Leaping Lay. Purple responded to the artwork going, we got Hitler Cunny, Rapist 88 in the chat. Mods, Bandisky. Orange replied to Leaping Lay's drawing going, you didn't even draw the hand right, bro. What are you doing? Leaping Lay responded to Orange going, criticize me again, and you're going in the Jewish grape gas chamber, bro.
Lovely. Two problems I already have to
say. Oh god, he's gonna point out the lizard I added. I know it. I know. Well, everyone. How much you want to bet he's gonna point out the lizard I added? the goated lizard. Oh wait, he's a caterpillar. The goated caterpillar I added.
You're not taking the situation seriously.
Because I'm not the one making the allegations, dude.
You mentioned. And
again, because I'm not the one making the allegations, I'm the one covering it.
I can tell when I was in the server with Bomb Boyzer, he has never had these icons in his display name.
Strange. Can you prove that?
So this is faking evidence.
Wait, can you prove that? Or is this just testimony? Something you called out? If you can prove that, that would be wonderful. Something we're pointing out is that Bob Boyzer made a video calling me out for making a said rape joke, yet is doing this behind closed doors. Our next screenshot shows this. It's a video of a guy blowing his head off with a gun. This is the only proof I could find that Purple, the person behind this Google document, feels some sort of discomfort around Leaping Lay's joke. Heavy quotation on the joke, by the way. I don't know what's so funny with seeing a guy getting his head blown off. Afterwards, allegedly, Purple was kicked out of the group chat because they felt discomfort and Leaping Lay called them boring. Something definitely worth pointing out is that this is not a server like what Leaping Lay is trying to claim publicly. This was allegedly a friend group chat. And the reason why I keep saying allegedly here is because most of the screenshots were nuked, because Leaping Lay has this habit of deleting stuff. Leaping Lay has also confirmed to me that they've seen gore on the internet before, and I'm not trying to tie this into what they saw or posted. However, oh yeah, I can definitely prove it. Then do it, dude. Why didn't you prove it in the video trying to call me out?
So you're making a narrative that Purple was uncomfortable when Bomb sent that supposedly.
Yes, because I am making the narrative, because judging by the screenshot, we could see them replying with, oh, a common word used for discomfort or questioning.
Gore gift. Yet there is no proven evidence to confirm that Purple was kicked out after being uncomfortable. But the
Yet you showed almost no evidence that isn't debunkable.
only thing we have is a O. Also, how is
And O proving that this was discomfort.
I'm seeing Gore on the internet before tied into this?
Because are we dead ass? I do have evidence though. Your evidence is testimony, as well as me debunking the fact that there's inconsistency in the art style, something I already debunked. But once again, Zeal, if you prove me wrong on this live stream, I will gladly fucking call, dude. Like, just call in, dude. Please. No one, I'm not gonna bite, dude. You called me before. Twice.
He has never expressed that he sent Gore before.
He expressed that he's seen Gore on the internet, and then there's allegations of him posting Gore. It does tie in because it's proof that he's seen this material before, and it's enough proof that he was exposed to this material, probably as a young child. That's why I'm running with the narrative that this could have a part in it if these allegations are true.
Just seen it. So what does this?
While seeing it, again, being exposed to that type of material. Being exposed to that type of material could put someone under an influence. That was my point. It was an assumption, sure, but it was my point. And it was not like the main point of the video, dude. My point was this person was exposed to this material before. They could have felt influence based off of it.
This have to do with the document?
Because Gore exposure is involved in this. And the Gore stuff is the most important stuff we need to talk about. As Leaping Lay has Leaping Lay has a habit of just deleting stuff or denying shit that is true and editing shit out to protect their reputation. I seriously don't doubt any of these allegations due to Leaping Lay doing this before and is going to continue doing this. The response to this drama is making a simple community tab going, "Oh, the screenshots are fabricated," and showed no absolute evidence that the screenshots are fabricated. When I tried confronting Bob Boiser in DMs, this is what Bob Boiser said to me. They didn't respond to any of their allegations or denied it to me privately. Instead, they said if they got swatted at all, they're going to take legal action against me. Now, Bob Boiser, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't control whether or not you get swatted. You have no proof of me swatting anyone before. And
sure, you may not be able to control your audience at all.
Yes.
You are self-aware about the fact that you can speak up about your audience.
And Bob Boiser's audience has swatted me before. And Bob Boiser was aware. Did Bob Boiser ever at all spoke up? Strange.
And say that you shouldn't be, I don't know, harassing Bomb because he.
I did stated that. I stated that. What?
Harassment for months now. Also, you're not making the situation better by calling him out for petty ass bullshit as well.
Petty bullshit. Calling him out for petty bullshit. If these are true, Bob Boiser was exposing Gore to other people. Bob Boiser was participating in jokes about Gaza, rape, and like hate on Jewish. Like they were joking about a bunch of serious things, as well as drawing their OC in Hitler uniform. What do you mean by this is petty?
Because later in the video, you stated that this situation is just some petty drama. And
the entire situation in general is a petty drama, yeah. No one is right. I'm not right. Bob Boiser's not right. We acknowledge it. That was my point, not this Google document.
That it's not so serious, that it's just a situation that needs to be handled with his past and whatnot. Also, why
when did I ever say that, dude?
Bomb is denying these allegations? Because they're allegations for a reason.
And why do you think he's not debunking them? Where's the proof it's true, dude?
They're not true either.
Where's the proof, dude? Yo, I have not seen a single piece of evidence. When people were getting you swatting allegations because of my swatting situation. However, Bob Boiser, using your logic, you are indirectly responsible for me getting swatted.
How is he responsible for?
Oh my god!
Swatted when it was
using your logic. Bob Boiser was trying to indirectly tie my name into whatever swatting is going on with Bob Boiser. I don't even know if Bob got swatted or not. I'm not involved with it. However, Bob Boiser was trying to connect my name into it because my fan base was doing it. My logic is if Bob Boiser is trying to connect my name with his swatting, then I'm going to connect his name with my swatting. Does that make sense now?
It was your own fault that you literally stated your own dad's name on the internet? How
No, it was Breedraw's fault for spreading around my address to Leaping Lay, and then Leaping Lay spreading my full docs to my name. And the only thing I publicize is my stepdad's first name, right? My stepdad's first name, not his last name, not my state, and not my city. Maybe I made my state public before. However, there's no proof I actually did anything. My stepdad's first name does not mean it's indirectly my fault that I got swatted.
how the fuck is it Bombs' fault? He never
I said
expelled
once again, I'm trying to tie his logic. I don't think it's Bomb's fault, dude. I was using an example because he was trying to tie my name into his swatting.
your dad's name. He never even talked about your dad at all to his audience.
Before I get into Bomb Boyzer's response to the Google document, I will like to say, if you guys are doxing Bomb Boyzer, if you guys are swatting Bomb Boyzer, do not put it under my name, as I do not condone what you're doing. In fact, I'll rather appreciate it if you don't swat Bomb Boyzer, because you gotta remember that Bomb Boyzer, even if they're a bad person, lives with a family, people who weren't even involved in the situation. Many people get hurt in swattings. You're gonna get people not indirectly involved in the situation hurt because of petty internet drama that won't matter in like a couple of years. Because of petty internet drama that won't matter in like a couple of years. Again, the whole situation involving me and Bomb is petty. Both sides are wrong. I'm not saying this Google document is petty. Bomb Boyzer was trying to connect the already ongoing drama to the swatting. So, of course, it's petty. Do you think, like, Zeal, let me ask you this. Do you not think the situation between me and Bomb, not the Google document, is petty? Now, to wrap up this video, this is the art YouTuber's response to this drama. They showed no proof that the evidence is fabricated. They showed no proof that the art is fabricated. All they showed is this. Agree? And guy smiling and then claiming they're just living their life. You are getting serious allegations thrown against your name. And this is how you're responding? And this is a habit of Bob Boyzer. Bob Boyzer just denies until he's pushed into this corner, where then he admits to the truth, but he does it in such a way where it's like, oh, I'm so sorry for doing this. I'm so sorry for hiding. Bob Boyzer, no one gives a fuck if you're an edgelord, dude. It's more so the fact that you're hypocritical for this. If you just go, yeah, I did do that when I was like 14 to 15, I don't think the situation would even matter, dude. I don't think the situation would even matter. Yeah, dude, because being so fucking truthful, dude. Do you think, like, a 14 to 15-year-old posting gore matters? No, I'm gonna be so truthful. The reason why I'm calling it out is because he's being hypocritical in the situation and he's not admitting to the full truth. I'm gonna be completely honest, dude. I don't care that he's posting gore. I wouldn't care if he was posting gore when he was like 14, dude. Like, truthfully, Zeal's here. Truthfully, I did that when I was like, hold on, Zeal. I'll add you in when I finish the video. Zeal, truthfully, I did that when I was like 12 years old, dude. Like, it's more so the fact that Bomb is not truthful about it. And it's more so the fact that Bomb is just denying it. And Bomb has this habit of denying very serious allegations and then just admitting to the truth. For example, Bomb denied ever posting my stepdad's name in this live chat and then put the stream onto fucking members only, I believe. I think I still have the screenshot. Yeah, it wouldn't matter if he just admits to the truth that he was like an edgelord when he was like 14. This is generally how I feel.
This in the video before, but he denies for a reason. It's because these are allegations. These aren't true. Also,
where's your proof it's not true, dude?
Let me point out something to you. How is it that you're going to call Bomb Boyzer out over allegations that are not even true?
Where's your proof it's not true?
Then you proceed to contact his groomer?
Yeah. And that was tough.
That has been called out many times before.
And it was tough!
You're over here contacting a groomer that has been called out before for grooming.
And Bomb contacted my groomer. Even Stevens did.
As well as making people uncomfortable, just like Bomb or Bree. This is a grown-ass man, and you're over here asking...
And I love that grown-ass man. Okay, I gotta actually take that seriously. To make it clear, I'm in the personal belief that Casher's an awful person. The reason why I contacted him is because this guy wouldn't stop commenting on my post, and I just wanted to get the full DMs with this guy and the full DMs with Bomb Boyzer. Once I got it, I could actually decide my mind because, again, Bomb Boyzer has this habit of lying, so why would I truthfully believe that this person was groomed? I'm going to be completely honest.
This is a fucking predator you're talking to.
And there's no proof he's a predator. I'm gonna be completely honest. 19-year-old and 16-year-old is not that bad. Maybe this is gonna be the end of me. Like maybe I'm actually gonna get fucking flamed for this. Like maybe I'm actually gonna get flamed for this. I don't think a 16-year-old and 19-year-old, like freshly 19-year-old is that bad. Like maybe that'll be the end of me. Maybe that will be the end of me. If it's grooming, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I don't see it as predatory though. I don't see 16 and 19 predatory, considering Castor just turned 19 as well. It was a 3-year age gap. I don't see that as predatory. You can correct me if I'm wrong here. Maybe this will be the enemy. I just don't see it as predatory. I definitely see it as grooming. I can definitely understand why people could see it predatory. I personally am in the belief it's not like pedophilia. I'm in the belief it's grooming though.
Then you're proceeding to get one of your adult buddies
Yeah.
to Castor, a predator.
Can you get a microphone, dude?
Mind you, he has no involvement in the situation, and you're dead ass asking for an interview from him.
Yes, dude, I want an interview from Castor, dude. Me and Avenger were begging for this, like, for months, dude. Anyways.
Yourself. First of all, you guilt trip your audience, telling them that you're going to kill yourself over some bullshit.
When the screenshots took place, I was completely off medication, something that is completely acknowledgeable. I showed proof that I told people I was off medication. It's not guilt tripping. It was an actual episode I had because I have unfortunately a bunch of mental disorders that I cannot control. Zeal, something we talked about on a private VC that I had with you and Bomb. Anyways.
That you want to claim out of your ass. For example, stating that Bomb apparently doxed your dad's name and whatnot.
He did! I have proof of it!
It was your own damn fault that your dad's name got into the internet in the first place.
So, Breedrawl's giving Bomb, so Breedrawl's giving Bomb Boyzer's, Breedrawl's giving my address to Bomb Boyzer, and then Bomb Boyzer leaking my address, and then tracking it on a website to find my dad's name is my fault. And the only reason why Breedrawl's had my address is because I was giving it to give evidence on Safe so they could submit an FBI report. And oh my god. And I was convinced that, sorry, my ringtone. I was fucking convinced that this was only going to go to the police.
And then you want to deny allegations that are made on you when there are clear evidence to prove so. And then you want to
something we cleared up on our private VC, ain't it?
And all of this bullshit. Also,
oh yeah, no, I personally am in the belief that Safe did nothing wrong. I'm personally in the belief that the only people who did somewhat wrong in it was Safe's friends. If you watch the main video exposing Safe, the only proof of Safe doing anything was his friends doing anything. It's a guilty of association card. I'm in the personal belief that Safe is a fucking Chad, and I don't think he did anything. Anyways, we can debate about that later.
Just like Siren. This is why.
Who's Siren, dude? Oh, Siren Day, I love. Anyways.
Community in the first place because of stupid ass petty dramas that I'm seeing nowadays. Also,
so you think it's petty? You think it's petty? Wow.
Fire, I can tell that Siren is literally you.
I'm sorry. What? No, I'm Siren.
Different mascot.
Ooh, first it was Avenger being Siren, now it's me being Siren. Fuck yeah, dude.
Different alternative accounts to try and escape, and
that's
whatnot.
BuzzTag. Siren's Canadian. Whoa.
But it's not going to work out in your favor.
Is there any proof I'm Siren?
End off this video by stating, do not harass Friendly Fire. And
oh, thank you.
I'm only disputing and calling him out for his supposed allegations that he is putting on Bomb, as well as.
I love you, Zeal. Anyways, okay. I think that's about it. Everyone, welcome Zeal. What's up, Zeal?
I'm only here to really just do this debate and whatnot.
All right. So first of all, what do you want to? Well, first of all, there's many points. I want to. What's your proof I'm Siren?
Well, stating with like how you both talk and then like how
Mm,
strange his schedule is as well like with his upload schedule. I'm
okay.
gonna go over it real quick. Hold on.
All right.
Because it's kind of strange because he hasn't uploaded in like 3 weeks and then he uploads 5 days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just pulling up your channel real quick.
Okay.
Um it's strange because you haven't uploaded a video in like 3 weeks or so, and then you
Oh, that's
uploaded
because I had a
it.
strike.
Debatable. And
Uh,
then you uploaded a video 6 hours ago.
yeah. Again, I had a strike, and even then, like I said, well, like you proved, I had a Buzz Tag channel as well as a different channel that I run with a friend. I personally just do friendly fire whenever something catches my eye. As for Siren, I don't know why his upload schedule is that fucking weird, dude. He's like a high schooler, so I imagine he's just doing schoolwork. So base like from what I get off of,
Uh-huh.
is your proof that I'm Siren is because of a similar upload schedule.
In a way, yes, and the way that
Okay.
you talk just like him as well.
Um, I don't know how I talk just like him. You
Hmm.
know,
Because you keep close contact with him as well.
I mean, yeah, he's a friend. I knew him for a while.
How long though?
I knew Siren for maybe about 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, I consider
And
that a while.
now the whole thing with you being Avenger, I don't think that's really true. But with Siren though, there may be some connection to that. I can say that right now.
Interested. Well, rest assured, I don't know how I can be Sirener. I'm gonna be so fucking for real because no offense to him, but our editing does not match up. First of all, and the only real similarity I could get off is similar thumbnails. And truthfully, that's because I made all of his thumbnails until I quit around a month ago to focus on my personal life. And that's
Yeah.
your own like my only real like the only real thing I could kind of see on your side is the fact that we have like a similar upload schedule and we make similar videos. However, you got to remember that me and Siren are in the same commentary group, such as Winter, Avenger, somewhat Cyrix. Like all those guys have a very similar upload schedule as well as talk very similar. Winter's not me, Bugfeet's not me. We just come from the same commentary group and we tend to copy each other.
Interesting.
I would also like to mention that all of this, the editing style, is not at all familiar to mine. And like, oh, Defender, you're fucking based. I love you, Defender. Anyways, um, in my personal opinion, the editing style is more comparable to Winter or Avenger. And I
Mm.
would also like to mention that it's been confirmed that Siren is a PC user and that he uses a PC. I use a MacBook and a mobile device. So, what do you think?
Well,
I would also another thing about the upload schedule point. You got to remember content creation takes time, and I would also like to mention that Siren is a one person theme from what I know of, and I know who's behind Siren. I'm not gonna confirm it because he wants to protect his identity. However, I will state the obvious that considering we have high school and considering he makes videos like around the 6 minute mark, around the 9 minute mark, around like his shortest video is like 4 minutes, right? So I'm just a bit confused. Like content takes time, you know, especially considering Siren barely knows how to edit. Like if you watch his videos, his editing is fucking shit.
it is.
So I just don't get how I could be Siren considering my editing. Maybe it's shit, but it's not as shit as his, dude.
Yeah, but like I said, it's always a possibility though.
I mean, it's a possibility, but you're making a video with trying to debunk me and trying to make the serious video on me while also saying this is a possibility. And you didn't even state your points in that part. And you also try to pass on that I'm Siren as a fact. Now you're saying it's a possibility. But in your original video, you were trying to state it as a fact.
Well, I can give you that right now. So
Okay. Well, you know what? If you think I'm Siren, that's completely your choice. But from what I noticed, your only real proof is the upload schedule and that he hides his voice. The real reason why he hides his voice is because a lot of people out there tried doxing Siren in 2024 under his different identity, and he's like a fucking kid, so he wants to hide his voice.
how are they gonna dox him with just his voice alone?
He's just a paranoid bitch, dude. I don't know.
Then
But
he needs to stop being
identity
about
because of what happened.
that.
I would
So
also like to mention, like another thing I love to mention is if I was truly Siren, me and Siren would be involved in so many different dramas. That's not just the Bomb Boyser drama, because he only got involved in the Bomb Boyser drama simply because I was just messing around with Bomb Boyser, and then he got his name dragged and was accused of being Avenger. If we look back, he could have got involved in the Elixir Web situation. He told me not even to do the Elixir Web situation in private, actually. He got involved in so many situations, yet not all of my situations. And considering you know how much of a petty bitch I'll be, wouldn't you think I would get an alt account involved in the situation to try to persuade public opinion?
yes.
Well, is there any proof of me doing that?
Well, like I mentioned before, you mentioned like BuzzTag HD, which
Well, BuzzTag
kinda weird.
HD, I used my voice. I'm not afraid to hide my identity.
Yeah, I mean, you've made many different community posts like exposing people with like
Yeah.
BuzzTag HD. So, like I
And
said,
wouldn't I get Siren involved in that? Because you know how petty I can be. You agree that I would get an alt account involved in that shit.
yeah,
Did I
very
got was Siren involved?
honestly with the bomb situation, yes, he was involved.
Well, that's because Bomb involved Siren.
Well, the didn't Siren involve himself though?
No, Bomb Boyser in the original video stated that this Siren could be a possible alt account of this guy.
Strange.
And then he also got involved by Shark Hunter, technically, if we really want to think about the pre-drama. But Siren's name was dropped in that video, as well as Siren getting involved with Shark Hunter. And the only reason why I made that thread towards Bomb Boyser because of Siren is because Siren was freaking out in a group chat because, once again, I would like to state that he's a kid.
Yeah, okay.
So, what?
I want to get the main points across. I just want to move on
Okay,
from
so we're in agreement. I'm not Siren, right?
To be honest, like I said, it's a possibility, but with what
Possibility,
you say
but
so
however, in your video, you're trying to pass it as a fact, correct?
far, yes.
Okay.
Limit that, yes.
All right.
Now, the main points I want to state now. Why are you contacting Caster again? Because you
To
know
try to get the full chat logs.
Repeat that again?
To try to get the full chat logs between him and Lay.
Well, he's a
Because I saw multiple screenshots proving both sides innocent. I saw screenshots proving that Lay started shit. I saw screenshots showing that Lay did shit, but I also saw screenshots that Caster did shit. I saw screenshots that Caster did a bunch of shit, right? So I wanted the chat logs to really see who started it. And I have the full chat logs downloaded and I can send it to you fully so you can really know who started shit.
Well, the thing is, the screenshots that Bomb has shown me, it shows that Caster did like everything first.
However, there's also screenshots showing that like Leaping confirmed this, confirmed that, and Bomb has this habit of denying shit and then admitting to the truth. And I could pull up examples of that. So why wouldn't it be better if I got the full chat logs?
Perhaps.
Exactly. Do I think Casher's a creep? Of course. I saw the videos. I think he's a stalker. I think he's parasocial as fuck. And I personally think he's a groomer. I don't see it as predatory. And you could correct me on that.
Well,
I personally am in the belief it's not predatory. But
it is
we could
a 16, 19-year-old, a 3-year age gap. That's predatory.
3-year age gap. I also like to mention that Lay was 16, not 15.
That doesn't really change anything. A 16 and
My
19.
my personal opinion, 16 and 9. I like okay, here's the thing. I grew up in I didn't grow up in America where both sides took place. So maybe I'm just using what I grew up morally. The age of consent in the country I grew up with was completely different, and it was morally okay to date a 16-year-old and 19. So maybe it was stupid of me to not see as predatory, but you also got to remember this was my I basically grew up with a different moral standpoint because of my culture and my country. I would also like to mention that in Lay State, I think Lay State is hold on, age of consent. 16 years old. The age of consent in Bomb State is 16, right?
But like I said, even even with the age gap, that is still predatory at the end of the day. I have
And
the
the age of consent is 16 in Texas.
yes, but like I said, Bomb was a child. Castor is an adult.
Almost 16. I wouldn't consider that childlike.
It still doesn't matter. That was predatory at the end of the day.
And I'm confused on that part.
How the fuck are you confused about a
Here's the thing.
right?
Here's the thing.
Minor.
Both of them were above the age of both of them were above the age of consent. I would also like to mention that Castor was freshly 19.
But he wasn't in a relationship.
Can we also debate on this?
That isn't important to discussion.
Okay, I'm
talking
sorry.
about how
Okay.
you're saying that Castor turned freshly 19.
Yeah.
But he had a girlfriend at the time, which was Judge. And
Yeah.
instead of staying loyal to her, which mind you, he's an ugly ass freak. I'm just gonna say that.
No, he looks like one of those swirly light bulbs.
Yes. But the thing is, how are you gonna say that it's not predatory? Yet he was in a relationship at the time and he was basically flirting with Bomb and such.
That's just cuck behavior.
Exactly. So what is your point?
that cuck behavior? Do you know what being a cuck is?
Yes, but it's still predatory. I don't know why you're trying to argue.
Here's the thing. I can understand why you see as predatory. I never denied that. In my personal opinion, I grew up in a different country where the country laws were very different. And maybe I'm completely wrong here, and I will fully admit that if it's different in the United States. Okay. I'll be fully wrong on that. However, I did wanted to see the chat logs fully with Castor, simply because you also got to remember there's screenshots of proving Castor that Bomb was just doing it on its own, but there's also screenshots that Castor's lying. So I would personally want to see the full chat logs, and I know Bomb wouldn't be willing to give it up. So I made Castor download the chat logs and give it to me. And if you want, I can show you the chat logs to prove that was my intention and give you the full chat logs. I didn't
I need to mention something else as well.
What's up?
He was venting to me, a 16-year-old. He was venting to other minors.
And I agree that it's completely wrong. He also vented to me before he got exposed.
So you let a predator vent to you? Is that what you're saying?
Before he got called out as a predator, yeah.
Wait, so you knew him before the allegations dropped?
Yeah.
Okay, now that makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. Venting to minors is not predatory. It's completely wrong. And at his age, 19, he should not be trauma dumping on a bunch of children. That's fucking weird. However, that's not predatory.
I mean, he's a 19-year-old venting to minors, though.
Again, yeah, completely weird, but that's not predatory.
It could be seen as predatory, just like how he did with Bomb, though.
No. If he was venting about his sex life, or if he was venting about sexual activity, then yeah, I could see it as predatory. But truthfully, an adult venting to minors is not pedophilia or predatory. If it depends on the vent, surely. But did Castor ever vent to you about his sex life, about sexual activity?
He vented about Judge and such.
Was it involving sexual acts?
Sort of, yes.
Can you explain how?
Let me get the DMs with Castor then.
All right.
I still have him blocked anyway.
Completely reasonable. Now, I would also like to say, I just searched it up. I am completely wrong on him not being a pedophile. I do genuinely apologize for not saying he was one. But you also got to remember, I grew up in a different country where this was like normalized behavior. I do genuinely apologize for saying on my platform that it's not pedophilia. But judging by the country where this takes place, this is, and I completely take accountability for that.
Mm-hmm. Completely understood.
So I genuinely do apologize for that. I will take full accountability for that. I just grew up in a different country where this was completely different. So I just went by what I grew up with. All right, I'll be waiting for you to pull up the chat logs.
Well, I'm pulling them up right now.
I know I said I'll be waiting.
Mm-hmm. He's just talking about like how Judge like left him for like the third time and such.
That's not sexual.
I'm trying to get the other things real quick.
Okay. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. He's over here saying that, you know, he lost his girlfriend on the first, well, not the first, but January 14, and how he said that Lay took a screenshot out of context.
Right.
Mm.
That's not predatory still.
But that could be wanting to get close to a minor, though, depending on the context.
Well, we're talking about what here? Are we talking about he like him venting to you, or are we talking about him
like in general with like minors and such? It's not just about me.
Okay, him being, and I quote, close with minors, I can see that as predatory, I guess. But however, my point, like your original point here, that was that he was venting to you when you were a minor. That's not predatory. Unless it like involved his sex life, that is not predatory.
Okay, you're right on that.
All right. I do apologize for saying Casher's not predator. However, my intention to contact him was not to befriend him. I personally had my own bad experience with the guy. I would personally rather be in favor of getting him deported. However, I do want to state that my intention was to get the full chat logs because there's been a back and forth. And considering Bomb was full on admitted on a community tab, they were inaccurate on situations. I do want to state that again, Bomb could easily be as wrong as what they were saying with Casher and what they were telling Judge. So I only made Casher give me the chat logs so I can review them on my own. Something I can prove and give to you.
Mm-hmm. But like I mentioned before, you shouldn't be in contact with a predator in general.
In general, correct. But you also got to remember, I did not see him as a predator at the time, and I just now acknowledge that he is one because I did not realize this because I grew up in a completely different culture. I saw his grooming, and not maybe, it's definitely weird for me to contact a groomer. However, it was a complete debate that he was a groomer, considering it was like a constant back and forth.
Mm-hmm. And then you also stated the fact that Bond contacted your groomer.
Yeah. I would rather not get into that though.
Why not?
Are we dead ass?
No, I'm saying why not? Because you're making the claim
I
that
would rather not
contacted...
get into
why
any sort of topic about my groomer.
But the thing is, you're making it seem like Bond contacted your groomer, though. Is there evidence because of that? Because the only evidence I saw was the screenshot that you sent.
Okay, here's the thing. Me saying in the live stream was generally just out of anger because I don't want to think about my groomer, right? And now the community tab was an indirect message because I kept hearing rumors about Bomb trying to contact my groomer, and I got pretty fucking mad because I kept hearing it from different people. I'm not going to name drop. However, if you want to know who the people were, you can contact me privately.
Okay, so you're saying that basically you got rumors that Bomb was
from multiple people,
contacting your groomer, and yet it was never proven to be true. Seriously?
From multiple people. And now let me ask you this. In a topic about someone who traumatized you, right? In any sort of topic, right? Would you take that lightly, or would you do something out of anger? Like, I don't want to question if you were groomed or not before, but
I mean, I would do something, but not as like making random allegations of people. Just like
What would you do?
I would just basically contact the person privately, asking
Now,
them.
here's the thing. I contacted Bomb in private asking why they were contacting my groomer, and they denied it, right? And then I kept hearing the room surfacing from different people. So at that point, I made the community tab out of rage.
Yes,
Because
but that
again,
wasn't
like,
never
like
proven to
again,
be
this is a
true, though.
topic about my groomer, like someone who not only groomed me but made me do a lot of shit that I would rather not get into. And
Hmm.
I'm sorry if I'm stuttering here. This is just a very sensitive topic to me. And I made that community tab out of rage. And I do acknowledge I could have handled it better. I could have like contacted you about it. However, you got to remember I did contact Bomb about it. We ended off on good terms from there. So that's what I was confused about. Hold on. So that was what I was confused about. And then I'm hearing that Bomb is contacting this person from different people afterwards.
Correct, but this was never proven to be true. That's what
And
I'm
I
basically saying.
completely acknowledge that. I completely acknowledge that. But you also got to like take it from my point. I already did contact your Bomb about this, and I kept resurfacing this, and sorry, I kept hearing the surface again. And this is someone who basically like ruined my teenage days and still ruins me to this day. So I would not take that lightly.
Hmm. So, since these allegations weren't proven to be true, then are you planning on deleting the community post about it, or are you gonna leave it up though?
Originally I was already gonna delete it, and then this whole entire shit went down. However, if if you genuinely think that Bomb didn't do it, or Bomb genuinely thinks he didn't do it, then I will gladly take it down.
Bomb doesn't think that he did it at all. He literally
Did
said
he ever talk to
that.
you about it?
Yes, he talked to me about it, and he said that he doesn't believe that these allegations are even true because he has never contacted your groomer at all.
So Bomb is like still denying it.
Yes, and I can
Okay.
honestly think that he's telling the truth because I don't think Bomb would be that hostile, I would say, enough to just like contact a random groomer that he doesn't even know about.
All right. I did just take down the community tab. You are correct on that. However, if I do generally see evidence, I'm going to republish that community tab. I want to say that community tab was made out of anger, and I completely acknowledge how that was pity of me. But you
Mhm.
also got to like take it from this. Imagine hearing from multiple people that, hey, this person's contacting blah, 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 this. And now, like, this blah, 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 this person is actually someone who traumatized you for multiple days on end.
Like I said, that's up to you. I'm not going to
Exactly.
control your actions and whatnot. If you're gonna repost the community post about it, then go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you at all.
If I see legitimate evidence of it, because right now I truly don't believe. Right now I truly don't know what the correct answer is, but if I do legitimately see evidence and not just a bunch of testimony, I will republish the community tab.
Well, like I said, that's up to you. But as
All
far
right.
as I can tell, and as far as I know, Bomb has never contacted your groomer at all.
Okay. Next thing you want to debate about?
Do you have anything else that you want to debate about specifically?
Yeah, sure. How is it AI generated?
Well, good question. Like I mentioned before, the many sources and websites that I have
No,
tried.
wait, pause. Do you think the many sources and websites could recognize Bomb Boyser's art style? Someone who doesn't even have 10K subscribers?
I mean, it's a possibility that they could.
I mean, it's a possibility, correct, but we also got to take into the account that there's no proof that, like, it's like again, it's a possibility.
Uh-huh, but I also want to state this as well.
Mhm.
Isn't it kind of weird that this drama in specific, and with how Avengers calling Brie a predator as well, kind of parallels Junie and Yummy's drama as well? Don't you think that's a
Well,
little
Junie
weird?
Yummy confirmed it fully.
Wait, hold on. Well, wait, could you repeat that again? Because I couldn't hear you.
Junie and Yummy confirmed they drew that material.
Yes, they confirmed it, but I'm saying that this drama is kind of parallel, like it's a
It,
parallel
I
to
mean,
them.
yeah, but oh no, like topics of gore, like
Yeah, because
Nazi
I
imagery.
just find
Yeah,
it very
we heard
weird
of,
that their
we heard of this.
situation.
Like we heard shit like this before Junie. Just because it parallels into something like the Junie Yummy situation paralleled into many situations I could just list out right now.
Yes, but it's just so weirdly similar that this
Yeah, but there's many situations that are weirdly similar. Does that mean like those situations are false because it parallels at around the same time?
I mean, like I said, I always see it as a possibility that it could be false. And like I
I
said
mean,
with
yeah, it's a possibility, but you are in this video going, this is 100% false.
because it is 100% false. Like I
Well,
stated in my video,
again,
there
like I
are
said, I stated in the video that the screenshots are a possibility of being false because, in my personal opinion, I have not seen proof that the screenshots are real. However, you cannot deny that artwork.
I can't deny it though.
Okay, do it.
Well, like I mentioned before, the AI generated sites that I
Well,
checked.
the AI generated sites are not always accurate. We
Well,
ran
yes, they
we
could
ran
not be
AI
accurate,
generated
but at
sites
the same
through
time,
Bomb Boys' regular art, and guess what? In this video, right? Not this video. This screenshot of Bomb Boys' regular art, likely to be AI generated. Now, if we pull up this guy's DMs, this image is likely to be created by AI. This is something he made. However, if we look at this image is likely to be a real image. This image is likely to be a real image. Now, if we pull up these DMs again, not likely to be AI generated. 30% possibility of being AI generated. This image is likely human created. Just because you get my point. Like in my personal opinion, the reason why the AI generated checker is giving out different answers is because they don't recognize Bomboiser. You got to realize that Bomboiser is not the celebrity. They have like 7,000 followers.
I completely understand that. The thing is, though, it's just really
I
weird
ran
how
Bomboiser's art, like regular art, for multiple AI checkers. It claims it's AI, and I ran the Nazi art for multiple AI checkers. It's claimed it's not AI. AI checkers in this situation are not going to be accurate.
yes, but Bomb has stated before that they have never made that kind of art before.
But Bomb has also lied before.
Yes,
Bomb
we
has
can say
lied about
that
even
Bomb did
stating
lie
my
before because he did.
Bomb in a live stream said, "Oh, I didn't said this guy's dad's name. I didn't do that. I didn't do that." And then he full on admitted to doing it. And I'm not going to bring up the other example I have, considering that's a sensitive topic. However, you can see what I mean by Bomb is not like, if Bomb shows legitimate proof they never did it, then sure, I'll go with it. However, Bomb has lied about a bunch of the shit they did and then full on admitted that they lied.
Well, I'm gonna disprove it though,
Can you
because
disprove it?
like I mentioned before, I stated in my video that there are many inconsistencies with the artwork,
There's
and
not though. I
before
showed earlier in the live stream. I don't know if you were watching that point. I showed many examples of the artwork, and there was no inconsistencies. I showed shading that had I showed artwork that had very similar shading, and you also used an example artwork of something that wasn't even around that time period. And another thing I wanted to state is I also showed proof that Bomb draws their nose in whatever fucking shape. I showed proof that Bomb draws noses in like round shapes.
but they have always done it in sharp shades though.
But I showed proof they did it round. And I also showed proof that in that image, even if it was round, I showed proof that it was sharp in general. If you want to see the artwork, I can, but
Okay, then don't you think it's weird that there are consistencies with the artwork, but there's also many different inconsistencies with the artwork
well,
as
I already debunked those inconsistencies. This is sharp. Like, I don't know if you know your shapes, but look, maybe it's a
I,
little bit
I
round. Like maybe it's a little bit
what are you
round, but
talking
like
about?
now maybe it's a little bit round, but let's pull up this. Round.
That's really sharp. What are you talking about?
That's not sharp. What?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. What? Look. Are you dead ass? This is
I've
round.
literally seen like many different artworks of like Bombs' like persona.
This is also just sharp in general. Look.
Well, I have like many different like examples of like Bombs' like past personas, this artwork. I'm literally checking out
Show it.
everything right now with like
But
his OC.
we also showed proof that Bomb draws their nose in whatever shape they fucking want.
Yes, but you know, there is something else I wanted to point out. There's like
Different.
inconsistency with the date that you mentioned.
Okay, so The screenshots took place are between 2024 of December to 2025 of November, not November, 2025 of February. From what I seen in the Google Doc, I don't know if you read the Google Doc.
I have
I
read
said
the
2024, but that was like a legitimate mistake. I meant to say fucking 2025 or 2024 between 2025. Now, early 2025, which is like 5 months ago, I would say. No, not early 2020. Bond didn't change their art style until late 2025. The reason why I pulled up like a screenshot example from 5 months ago was because that was the same time period, if you ask me,
the
between
same
2025.
period. Yet you
And then
mentioned
when Bomboiser first changed their art style, that like from what I could find, it was around 4 months ago. Actually, no, it was 5 months ago exactly. Exactly 5 months ago, that's when they changed the art style. I decided to redesign Blowsy. You might not notice many changes, but for me, it's a big step. Now,
well, why don't you do me a favor and scroll all the way down until you see like
round.
a year ago, basically. And then
Okay.
you'll see what I'm talking about.
All right. Round. Round.
I'm talking about go all the way up to
I'm
a
going
year
all
ago.
the way down. Don't you worry, buddy. Don't you worry. Similar art style. Similar art style. Me as an anime boy. What the fuck is this? Similar art style. Shit. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. My grandpa called him. Till a year ago, correct?
Yes.
Wait, look at this. Round. Nearly a year ago, too. Round.
Keep scrolling all the way down then.
Okay. Round. And a very similar art style. I would also like to mention the screenshots took place between December of 2024 to February. So I'm trying to find a year ago. Oh, wait. There we go.
Notice how that one's sharp?
Okay. Once again, the screenshots took place between February. This went from December to February. Correct?
Like, why
We,
didn't you mention that in your original video then? You only mentioned that it was like around December.
let me speak real quick. Let me speak real quick. I'll let you speak. We saw round examples between the dates of those screenshots as well as sharp examples. I don't think the nose really counts here because we constantly saw inconsistencies.
Yes, like I mentioned before, there are consistencies in the artwork, but there's also
Correct.
many different inconsistencies with
Well,
the
I
art.
don't think the nose is an example considering we found examples of him drawing his nose round when the screenshots were taking place, as well as him drawing the screenshots sharp.
Correct. But there's also many other examples, like how he shades the clothing, for example, which is not shown to be in the artwork either.
Oh, I'm looking at we. Okay, well, let me ask you this, dude. Are you really gonna shade Nazi clothing? I'm sorry. Are you really
No,
gonna shade Nazi clothing, dude?
no, but I'm
And
saying
also,
that that's an
I would also like
inconsistency
to
that I
mention
see.
there is. I would also like to mention there is shading in this image. Do we see that? Shading right here. Shading
Also,
right
I need
here.
to mention something as well. He uses thicker line art,
Do I really need to pull up the
and he
same
only uses
PNGs
like
examples,
white
dude? You saw
highlights
it
as
in the
well.
video. He started using figure around this time he redesigned Leaping. No, wait, what the fuck was his OC called? Around the time he redesigned Lay. I would also like to mention that just because you usually draw some art in a certain line color does not mean you can change it in arts, dude. We also got to mention that Bomb is always paranoid of getting exposed. Bomb has a history of just removing shit that could paint them in a bad light. Correct or correct? Oh, wait, Zeal left. Yo, we'll come back.
All right, so you heard what I said, correct?
And what I pointed out is that he used the very same outline in the PNG examples I showed you, as well as that you can also easily just as well change it. I should probably stop sharing my screen. We were like full on into that Nazi salute. Oh God. Anyways,
But like I mentioned before, I have never seen him shade like head shading like that. And
how
so
long
does
did he
new
knew Bomb?
art.
How long did he knew Bomb?
I have known Bomb since like 2024.
Interesting. Now let me pull up his PNGs. Right. He does shit like that. What do you mean, dude? Even when he redesigned the dude, he shaded like that. Look. Shading right here. He shades under his pants, right? Now let's go to the art. Shading right there. Shading under his pants. I don't know how you can deny the shading when it's literally right in
He
front of
made
you.
that in October 24,
He made the
2025,
art in
if I'm
October
not wrong.
2024. Wait, he made the art in October of 2024? What were you saying? Oh, wait, Zeal's muted. He made what in 2024, guys? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that he made that Pacific artwork that you just showed in October 24,
The Nazi art?
2025. No, not the Nazi. I mean like the reference sheet that you showed of Bombs' like persona.
No, he made that. Hold on. He didn't make that in
It
2024.
says 5 months ago.
That
We're
wasn't.
in
It's not
March.
2024. That's 2025. We're in the
I said
26.
2025 though. I didn't
You
say
said 24.
No, I didn't.
Go back. You said that.
You're putting words in my mouth.
No, you said 24, dude. I was confused.
I said
Chat. Did he say
I
24?
literally said October 24, 2025. I didn't say
Oh,
2024.
okay. I got the years wrong. My bad, dude.
Uh-huh.
My bad, dude. Hope you can forgive me, cuh. I'm sorry. Okay, so you want me to pull up an even older drawing?
Okay, let me just point out the inconsistencies real quick.
Wait. Oh,
So,
wait. Pause real quick. All right, so we got a screenshot of before he made the reference, right? Shading right there. You claim he doesn't shade like that, but I see very similar shading.
the shine in the middle is literally different. It's a different color in the middle, while the rest of the shine on the fake piece is that color.
This?
Yes, I'm talking about that. He uses the same color for the rest of the shine.
Let me pull up another drawing for you, dude.
If I'm not wrong, I think this piece that, you're showing right now was trying to replicate both of his styles.
I'm so confused on what you mean by that, dude. It's clearly replicating one style if this is a replica.
No, it's replicating like both of his styles.
The levels you're going to just like admit like
I'm not
to just no like the levels you're going to try to just defend this, dude. Like
clearly not understanding.
Dude, no one would care. You want the truth. No one would care if Von drew his art as a Nazi. We've seen this before. It's the fact that he's just lying about it.
So how is it that his overall artwork is literally more saturated, even when it's more serious / edgy?
Wait, hold on. Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Also, Bombs.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to push you on pause real quick. Don't you worry. White. Right there.
Well, let me point out the other inconsistencies
White
then.
right there!
Let me finish, friendly.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. I want to cook. White
Bombs.
right
Okay,
there. White
let me
right
damn
there.
finish.
White.
Oh my
White
god.
right there. White right
Let me
there.
damn finish, bitch.
White right there. White right there. White
Okay, the
right.
thing is,
White.
okay,
White. 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 White.
okay, look,
White.
Bombs' nose and lines are less sharp, right? It
And
is
I
the
white.
image is
Wait,
grainy, mind you.
white.
And also, doesn't he
Ooh.
use a different brush than the image that you just shown,
How do you not
though?
know he was using a different brush in that drawing, dude?
Because
I just
he
disproved that
never has used
I just disproved
another
that he
different brush.
used to do the white thing, dude. How do you not know that?
The thing is, the shading and the shading
We
and the
just
line
disproved the
art.
shading. We just disproved the shading.
It's just the shading
I
and
would
the
also like
line
to
art looks
mention that
saturated
like
like
the
new
reason
art,
why the
though.
shading is like this in the face is I'm assuming because if we look at the face in this drawing, it has a very menace look. Common art that I seen with Bomb, he definitely uses more dark colors to show his emotion in certain moods like angry or menace.
Okay, then.
Again, this is clearly an old drawing. If Bomb just admits that he drew this, I don't think anyone would care, dude.
Okay, then if nobody would care, then why are you having to
Because
make
he's
this a
being
whole entire
hypocritical about it,
situation?
dude. He's being hypocritical about it. And if the drawing is real, then that there means there's a chance that in this Google document the rest is real, aka the rape jokes, aka the Jewish jokes, aka all of the edgelord shit we
But it
just
hasn't
saw.
been proven, right?
We just disproved how this is not fake, though.
Okay, but it isn't real either because
How do we
Bomb
not know
hasn't
it's
said
not
anything
real?
about it.
Like I just debunked all of your points, dude.
But that doesn't matter. It's
Well,
still not
it
real at
does
the end of
matter.
the
Me
day.
debunking all
Even
your points does matter, actually.
like I said, there are inconsistencies and
And I
consistencies
debunked
in the
all of your
artwork.
inconsistencies. Did I not?
Well, you try doing so,
Well, I
but I
did.
still believe there
I
are
did.
inconsistencies, though.
Well, I did. You literally said it doesn't matter that I debunked all your points.
Like I mentioned before, there are still inconsistencies at the end of the day. And like I
And
said,
I debunked most of the
even if these
inconsistencies.
are
I want another inconsistency so we could. So I can't pronounce this shit. I want another inconsistency here because it clearly looks like there's no inconsistencies here because I just debunked all of it. You claim that he doesn't use white. I just showed that he did use white before. I just showed that he does shit like that. I just showed that his art style was like that. I just showed that his nose shape. It depends, dude. What is there not? What is there not that's inconsistent? You're like exactly. You're going in circles, dude.
I'm not going in circles
But I debunked all of it, and like you tried using the nose point again.
because this is clearly AI generated.
But you showed no proof it's AI generated. I debunked how your AI checkers don't work. I debunked how
But
he did use white before. I debunked the shading. I debunked the basically anything, dude. How do we not know this is not AI generated? Also, what AI website actually allows the Nazi salute? I'm genuinely curious there. This is a legitimate question.
now I'm questioning you too
No,
because,
this is a legitimate question. What AI website could allow that?
well, as far as I could tell, I tried the many like websites with like, the AI detection and they just let it slide. So it could be
Because it's
many.
AI detection art, not
Exactly.
AI generative art. It detects AI. It detects if an image is AI. It doesn't make the AI
Okay,
image.
but like you said
My
before,
question is, what AI website makes the Nazi art?
you mentioned that there are like inaccuracies with like the AI detections.
Exactly. So we debunked how
So
your
so
no
we don't know
wait.
if
So we
it's like
debunked how we debunked how you using AI checkers does not work. in this situation because
But
Bomb is
it's
not a
not
relevant
either.
artist, dude.
It doesn't work for you either, though.
Because Bomb is not a relevant artist. So my point is that you shouldn't be using that because it doesn't actually prove if anything.
Well, I guess I'll prove another point with the inconsistencies then.
Okay. Let's go over this again, dude. Let's go round fucking 6 where I debunk you again, dude.
Okay, Bomb literally draws his eyes completely round, even when they are squinting, mind you. They usually have the eyelids drawn instead of a cropped circle, which is seen.
This is round.
I mean, completely round, even
round.
when they are squinting.
This is round. We can see the round.
Which, mind you, the right eye in the fake image is sharper / leaning towards more triangle shaped instead of the round look that Bomb used in 2024.
Well, let me pull up another artwork, dude. Because this is round.
3 full ringlets on his
pause.
Leigh
This is round.
Jonas' eyes.
This is
the
round,
Nazi
right?
images uses 2 full ringlets and an incomplete one.
He had an oh my god, dude. Are we serious? Dude, I hate how many community tabs this guy has made. I'm pulling up another art where this oh my god, hold on. Whoop-de-doo. 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 Pulling it up. Oh my god. All right, 1 second. Oh shit. Hold on.
Yeah, it just completely kicked me out for some reason.
Okay. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Incomplete right here. There's an incomplete right there. Square right there. Wait a second. Square. Incomplete circles. Right there. Square. Incomplete circles. Whoa. That's strange.
The only thing that is rendered in the Nazi art, though, is literally the hair and half of the forehead.
Half of the dude. Are we serious?
Yes, I'm very serious. I'm pointing out every single inconsistency in the fucking art.
And I just proved that he does draw square eyes sometimes. I just proved that he did not fucking... Okay, hold on 1 second. I just proved that he does draw square eyes right now. I just proved that he did not draw a complete circle in this one, right? Now, for the forehead, again, he could just be drawing the OC at a different angle. Because look at this. Like we see the similar shading here. Right there. Right there. And we could see a square shape right there, dude. The forehead, again, could be a completely different angle. Did he crash again?
No.
Okay. Incomplete circle right there. And look at that. Similar angle. We could see the forehead. Right there. Right there. Anything else?
Well, is there anything else you want to debate me on, though?
Well, you claim it's AI generated, but I just proved there's no inconsistency here. I just proved how AI detectors don't prove shit. So, do you believe that he drew this or not?
I still don't believe that he has ever drawn this at all.
Well, another thing I want to point out is I just found another time where he has a square eye, sort of. Square eye right there. Kind of, except this part ruins it. However, incomplete circles right there. Now, are we going to keep arguing about this? Because personally, this, like, you even said that it doesn't matter.
You notice the eye, though, in the Nazi art, though?
and I just
No, do you
debunked that,
notice it?
dude. Were you not paying attention to that part?
I'm paying attention.
Dude, I showed how this guy has drawn incomplete circles before.
But he has never drawn to like. Okay, can you show the Nazi art again, real quick?
I'm kind of scared that you know what, we're going big money by getting fucking strike again. Okay. I just
Okay, you notice the eye, correct?
yes, I see an incomplete circle.
That's
And
an
at
incomplete
first,
circle.
like I said, I showed earlier that this guy has drawn incomplete circles.
Well, is there anything else that you want to debate me on besides that?
So we're done with the Nazi art because I just debunked all your points, dude.
I don't think it's debunked because even
Well,
if
it
you
is.
have, okay, the thing is, even if you have
You like
debunked
change the topic instead of continuing your point stand. If you don't continue the topic on your point stand, then that means you're wrong, isn't it?
it doesn't mean I'm wrong though, because it hasn't been
Well,
proven to be real. If Baum said that the allegations were true about the
well, Baum
Nazi
has a
art,
habit of denying true allegations.
okay,
Does
but
he not?
is it true though?
I believe it's personally true with
Yeah,
what we're
that's
given.
your belief, but to everybody
And
else in the world,
literally
they
almost
don't.
everyone except people in Baum's inner circle or people who believe Baum and his word, despite him showing no evidence, has that belief.
But that doesn't mean everybody believes that it's like true or not, though.
The only people who don't believe it's true is people in Baum's inner circle or Baum's fan base that consists mostly of children. Let's be completely honest here.
But okay, but how are you going to talk about that? His community is full of children when your community is also filled with children as well.
I'm not denying that, dude. I'm saying that Baum's fan base are the only people that believe him or Baum's inner circle. And for Baum's inner circle, I kind of could see why people don't want to believe it, considering that's someone they trust.
And I see why they would trust him because, there are some like sources that he has shown and like some evidence that he has proven that are true.
But he also denies true allegations against him. So what makes you think he's not lying here?
Well, these are allegations for a reason.
Yeah,
People
but the art style's the most damning evidence. Like I can totally agree with you on the screenshots. I stated multiple times in my video that these screenshots are alleged. I even gave a full warning that the screenshots are alleged because the screenshots could be easily debunkable. However,
then why
the art
wasn't this
piece,
private?
why wasn't this private? Because the art piece was really the most damning evidence. Correct or correct?
Well, like I said, this could have been private. You could have
Well, the doc was
contacted
made
Baum
public, and
about.
I decided to cover it. I'm allowed to cover stuff that's public. If this was like in private, and I was
Okay,
like,
so you're telling
no,
me
wait,
that
wait,
the
wait,
doc.
wait, wait, wait. If this was like in private, like this was in private, right? And I was just forcing these people to make it public, then that's completely understandable. However, I will like to mention that. Sorry, I just got fucking snot down my nose. I will like to mention that this was not private. I saw a comment with a doc, and I decided to take a look at the doc. Saw the most damning piece of evidence, which is the art piece, which we already went over, and now there's no point in denying that's not true or not.
Okay,
And if
so
you personally don't believe the artwork is true or not, then that is your personal opinion, and
because
it's
that's
clear
on
that you're in
me.
denial.
I'm not in denial. I just know that these allegations aren't even true at all.
But I debunked all the points on the art, like,
You
dude.
you may have debunked it, but I'm not gonna say that you're just right
So
automatically.
you just acknowledged I debunked it.
Well, I'm not going to lie here.
Whoa! Debate one. You just
What?
acknowledged I debunked your points. So what is there to go by off? And this is not being true, other than Baum's word.
The other
And we all know that
allegations
Baum
that are
has a
being brought
habit
up in that
of
document,
denying.
though. I'm talking about the other allegations about the document, though. Sure, that may be the most
We
damning
can go
piece
over
of
that.
evidence that you may have.
I personally, like there's a chance that it could be fake and there's a chance that it could be real. However, with the Nazi art we saw and that being a part of the document as well as screenshots being shown, it really makes me wonder if those are true or not. Because if you are going to connect those with those, then there's a chance those can be real as well as can be fake. However, in some way, shape, way, or form, Bomb still had some wrong in this due to the Nazi art.
But how are you going to prove that it's real, though? Because, like you mentioned before, Bomb has denied the allegations.
Like I said, I didn't prove any of the screenshots against Bomb to be real or not. Like I said in my video, those were allegations. I confirmed the artwork to be real because judging by what you said, like what we just debated on, it kind of obviously drew that, dude. And if Bomb was just truthful, dude, I think the situation could have easily been handled better. And I think everyone would have forgot within like a day, dude. However,
Now,
Bomb
wait,
choosing to deny. No, wait. However, Bomb choosing to deny this and Bomb choosing to escalate this and make it sound like it's AI generated is de-escalating the situation and getting more people's eyes on this.
now, if he were to say that the allegations were false, are you going to automatically think he's just lying out of his ass then?
I personally would like to believe that it's true. However, him denying the artwork makes me believe there's some possible chance that these allegations are true. However, I'm not going to confirm or deny them as I'm not Purple. I'm not the person behind the document. However, given how Bomb has this habit of lying shit that's true, I'm not the one going to say that he's lying or telling the truth.
And
He's
who
like
made the document?
he's like the boy who cries wolf. If he keeps lying about shit and not being truthful, then no one's going to take his word.
So, Friendly Fire, let me ask you
What's
this,
up?
though. Who made the document in the first place?
I truly don't know, dude.
Okay, so
I
you
saw
don't
the
know
document
who made it in the first place?
Pardon?
So you don't know who made it in the first place?
The document was spread in the comment section. Yeah.
Okay, and you haven't even bothered trying to ask who even made it in the first place then? You haven't even
Personally,
tried
if the
contacting
person wants to be anonymous, I'm not going to look into who made the Google Doc.
Oh, so now you suddenly care about people being anonymous, yet you want to
No,
throw
I
fucking
don't care
people.
if this person's anonymous or not. But if they want to be anonymous, what's the point in trying to look who's behind the Google Doc?
Okay, but like you're
I
over
said
here
no.
saying
I said personally that they should not be anonymous. However, I do like. I feel like if they do want to be anonymous, I'm not going to go look into them. Is that more clear?
I'm
I personally,
talking that you
I'm in
should
the
be
belief that they're.
contacting the
No,
person
wait,
who
wait.
made
I'm
the
in the belief that
document in
they're
the
not.
first place,
No,
though.
wait. Let me make my point here clear. I'm in the belief that they should not be anonymous because if you read the doc, they said they made mistakes. If you read the screenshots with their boyfriend, they said they were joking about this shit. And if you like saw, they were also exposing Orange. My personal belief is that no one in this situation should be anonymous because they all had mess ups. However, I'm not going to look into who the anonymous person is because that's a privacy concern. Is
A
that more clear?
privacy concerned, but
Yes.
you literally made this public though.
The
Now
document
people are
was
going
already
to be
public.
questioning who
I was the
made the
one that just
document in
spread
the
it
first
around.
place.
The document was already public, though.
Correct. But now people are going to be questioning who made the document in the first place. They
And they
might even want to
question
be
all they want.
contacting them in the first place as well.
But my question for you is, if they wanted to be anonymous, do you think it's okay to find their identity?
Well, if they want it to be anonymous, then of course their privacy is the most important.
Exactly. So why would I figure out who's behind the document if they wanted to be anonymous and leave the situation
Because
at the
you need to
doc?
have more evidence and maybe like question how long they
However, in the
held off.
document, they stated that they were kicked out of most group chats. And Bomb Boyzer has a habit of deleting shit that makes them look bad. They have done it with me.
It doesn't matter. You could get more of their testimony and tell them like
Again, my question for you is, if a person wants to remain anonymous, then what's the point of me trying to find who's behind the doc?
I'm not saying
What's
to
the
make
point of
their
being anonymous,
identity
dude?
public though. I'm
Okay,
telling
okay,
you.
wait. Let me ask you this. In like, let's say like a creator gets called out for grooming and you want to cover it and you look in the Google Doc and you see that they're anonymous. Do you think it's okay to find the grooming victim? I'm not trying to call Bomb a groomer. I'm just using this example to find who the groomer victim is and contact them, even with them wanting to be anonymous. There's a reason why people are
Yes.
anonymous. They don't want to be contacted.
Mind you, I've been groomed myself. Obviously, I would want to ask the groomer, like his victim, like a
Ask.
couple of questions.
Okay. But the thing is, if they wanted to remain anonymous, then that means they wanted to remain anonymous. That means they don't want to get involved. Is that more clear?
They don't have to be involved. They can just tell more of their testimony.
Again, you're not understanding the point of being
I
anonymous.
am fucking understanding. What are you talking about,
No,
Friendly Fire?
Zeal, dude. You are saying go find out who made the document. They chose to be anonymous. What's the point in being anonymous, dude?
They can still be anonymous while giving their side of the story.
But the
Have you
whole
not?
point of being anonymous in the Google Doc is because they don't want to be contacted, dude.
But how are we gonna find out if these allegations are true or not?
Because the Nazi imagery was proven true. And like I said, they're allegations. But considering Bomb has a habit of denying until he goes, yeah, it's true, then what's the point in taking Bomb's word when there's screenshots and he doesn't debunk any of the screenshots?
Then if you want this petty drama to end, then you're going in fucking circles.
I'm personally in the belief that if he's doing something hypocritical, I feel like I have the belief I could call it out. Considering we're in his own words, confirmed ops.
But wouldn't you want to know the full
Wait.
story with like purple and such?
Okay, my question for you is, Bomb has a habit of lying about shit. And even then, I tried contacting you guys. I literally, I'm still a pending application in your server because I tried getting in contact with you or Bomb to try to ask about the doc. I tried to handle this in private. Here's literal proof that I was trying to get in your server to question you. I just assumed you guys ignored me because I thought you guys were just not having it.
I mean, we're not having
there's real
it
proof.
personally.
No, wait. Considering there was real proof already, then I have every right to cover it. I even said in my live stream, I'm not denying that Bomb changed. I'm not denying that Bomb even did it. I said they're allegations, and I have every right to cover it because it's a public situation. You have every right to cover me because I'm a public figure.
If you wanted this to be private, right?
I did not want to be this private. It was already public. I wanted to cover it, but I also wanted to get your side. However, Bomb has a habit of lying, and considering there's undeniable proof he drew the artwork, I'm just going to go by these are allegations, accept the artwork.
But you don't know if Bomb made them, though.
Bomb definitely did make the artwork, dude. We have already been over this. We spent like 40 minutes.
You know, there is something that I need to bring up about Castor, in fact.
Well, are we? So we're done with the Bomb Boyser doc. Like we're in.
No, we're
like,
not.
agreement. We're in
still-
agreement that he
we're
did
still
drew the
talking
Nazi art,
about it,
correct?
though.
We're in agreement that he did drew the Nazi art.
No, I'm not in agreement at all.
Okay, well, we're gonna continue doing this until we get an agreement. That's how a debate works. And we already agreed on Castor. I agree that he's a predator, and I admit fault.
Yes, but you know that he joked about a child's OnlyFans, and he also even joked
never
about
knew that. Actually, I never knew that. Never knew that.
Never knew that. But he did on a live stream with Pedro and Bomb as well.
Okay, but if I never knew that, why would I like immediately like? Do you think I know everything about Castor, dude?
No.
Also,
But
you changing the topic to Castor is deflecting because you know I don't know this. You like.
But at least I told you this now instead of never.
And I already acknowledged that this guy's a predator. I was just wrong because of the different cultural environment I grew up with.
All right, then.
So, are we going to go back to the Google Doc or?
Yes, we're going back to the Google Doc.
All right. I would have loved to contact Bomb. I would have loved to contact you. I tried to contact you guys. I assumed you guys didn't accept my application because of the already past beef we had, even if it was settled or not, which is completely understandable. However, given the fact that there was undeniable proof he drew the artwork, then that's enough for me to go, okay, yeah, I could cover this. However, I will be careful and say they're allegations. You can watch my live stream fully. You watch my video fully. I stated they were allegations. And if Bob is just truthful, dude, I don't think any of this would have mattered. But he's not. And he's escalating the situation. You're escalating the situation, dude.
How am I escalating the situation when it's been public? I'm only voicing out my.
But you're trying to throw new allegations in this. You literally tried accusing me of being some other person. You did. You tried accusing me of being another person.
Like I said, it's a possibility that you could be Siren, though.
But in the same video where you're covering the public allegations, you're also making allegations.
Then how am I escalating the situation when it's public knowledge now?
Because you're making allegations.
It's a possibility, though.
But you're making allegations. That means it's still escalating.
You already have enough allegations as it is.
And Bomb is completely hypocritical in most of my allegations.
But
And
you are
didn't we have like a 2-hour call clearing most of this shit? Sorry, I'm smoking. Did we not do that? Because I could have sworn we did that.
We did.
Interesting. So if we cleared most of my allegations, then what are they now?
Well, considering
Most
that the
of
allegations
the only
that I
wrong I
talked about.
had is me. The only wrong I had is me personally being an edgelord, dude.
No, it's not you just being a edgelord. It's you associating with people that have sent CP before. Have
Avenger
sent.
never sent CP. Jake, I acknowledge multiple times and I apologize for it.
No, it's not just Jake. It's also Avenger, Sage.
Avenger never sent CP. We already cleared
Oh,
this in the call, did we not?
Oh, really?
Did we not clear this in the call?
What call? I've never heard you talk
The
about
call with me, you, and Bomb. Literally the first thing I cleared was that Avenger was not talking about CP in that call.
But
We
he has
cleared
sent
it.
CP before, though.
Where's your proof then?
Well, it's on the internet, isn't it?
Where's the proof though?
Bro, it's literally.
We cleared the call. We cleared the most damning evidence, which is the call. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
Well, there's a lot of other evidence about Sate as well.
Where? Okay, well, safe. I acknowledge in my own response video. Did you not watch that?
Yes, I have watched it already.
Okay. So we cleared Avenger, right? There's no evidence of Avenger posting CP. As for Safe, we did research. He didn't add it to the slideshow. He had multiple people on the slideshow. You can invite people to slideshows. The worst he did was not remove it beforehand.
So he still sent it.
He had it on a slideshow where someone else posted it. If it's an accidental and not intentional, then it's not illegal.
Then how does he have the CP in the first place then? If
Because his friend, again, his friend screen recorded someone else posted it and put it in the slideshow without his knowledge. There's clear intention or unintentional with putting shit in slideshows. And considering he had multiple people working for the slideshows, then that means it was either an accidental place of Safe's behalf or, sorry, I'm smoking. And hold on one second. Okay. So Safe having CP in his slideshow was an accident. It was done by another person that he had no knowledge of. It was a group project slideshow. There's a clear difference between accidental CP posting and intentional CP posting. Oh my god. Am I correct or am I like wrong here? Accidental or
I'm saying that you're wrong. It's just why the fuck would he have it saved in the first place if
he
knew
didn't have it saved again? Oh my god. Alexa, shut up. Anyways, he didn't have it saved again. It was a group slideshow. His friend saved it and posted it. I never hold on. I never associated with that friend.
But Sate was associated with him.
So you're trying to use association of association of association?
I mean, yes.
So so I'm guilty because the former I want to say former associated with someone I got no knowledge of. I was not even in contact with. Wait, pause. I was not even in contact with Safe when this whole slideshow fiasco was going on. I got in contact with Safe around the time I started uploading, which was like around how long ago? It was 6 months ago I started posting, and then we ended up cutting ties around the same time Junie left. So it was around 3 months ago. Me and Safe, we were only in contact for 3 months. Safe never distributed CP from what I saw. It was his friend, and I wasn't there for that time period. We were only in contact for 3 months, might I add. Now, you could use so many other points against Safe. Like, you could say he's guilty of association. You could say he's a doxer. I am not stopping you, dude. I apologize for associating with Safe multiple times, and I still apologize. However, he is not a CP distributor. If you want to say accidental CP distribution is bad, go for it. But you also have to call out Too Graceful for accidentally doing it. Something I defended him from.
But the difference with Graceful, though, you made the allegations public, right?
I didn't make the Graceful allegations public.
Then who did?
Siren. And you watched my live stream. I told Siren to cut that out of the video. And even then, that was already.
But of course,
even then, that was
Siren
already
had a
public.
problem with it.
Wait. Even then, that was already public. He accidentally showed CP on a live stream with his channel of like 5K. And again, I'm not trying to go at Too Graceful's throat for this. He was like 16 when this happened. However, that was an accidental thing. However, if you're trying to call out Safe for accidentally doing that, which he didn't even do, it was fun and he just owned the slideshow, then we also have to call out Too Graceful. Correct?
I'm not even going to lie. Yes, I would call out Graceful for that as well.
For something he didn't even meant? Because you can't control what happens in the slideshow, and you can't control what a friend does. You also defended Graceful before in a live stream. I have the live stream on private. I can show it.
The difference with Safe, though, he has repeated behavior of saving CP and Gore.
Where's the proof other than the slideshow?
Friendly Fire, it's been on the internet.
Where's the proof other than the slideshow? You showed no proof for the Avenger thing other than the video, which was debunked in a private call.
I'm talking about that D Weasel has shown evidence before.
Of his friends doing it. Did he not watch the video?
I have watched it, but I'm talking about that Safe is letting these people do whatever the fuck they want.
Again, that is totally messed up, and you can call it out. However, he's not distributing CP. It's his friends doing it, and even then, those are former. He left the internet, dude. You're beating a dead horse. He's been gone.
Oh, so he left the internet. Yes. Deleting his YouTube channel and yet still being around on Discord is leaving the internet.
He's not even around on Discord, dude.
Right.
Find one proof he's still active on Discord, dude. I'm not kidding when I said this. He's offline, dude. He's gone. However, I want to say Safe never distributed CP. The most he did was associated with someone who distributed that material, and that's completely messed up. I acknowledge that. However, I wasn't even aware of that. I was in contact with Safe for 3 months total.
But you're doing the same mistake with Castor, for example.
And we already got the point across with Castor, and I apologize for it. And we unadded each other. I had one conversation with him, and it was to get the chat logs.
I appreciate that you did that, though.
Here's the thing. I wasn't even going to intentionally be his friend. I just wanted the chat logs. Even before I realized he was a predator or not, he's still a freak, in my opinion.
And he always will be.
Exactly. So I only got the DMs because, let me ask you this. You believe it's just grooming, but however, you've seen proof it's not grooming, you've seen proof it is grooming. You want to get the full chat logs to really determine your mind. Now you have the full chat logs, and you can determine that answer by yourself with all the chat logs, which I can send to you personally. Because it's been a back and forth. If it was like a predator allegation, like if I believed he was a predator, I wouldn't associate with him, dude. It was just to get one single screenshot. Not even once. It was just to get the chat logs, dude, because I believed it was grooming.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have a stuffy nose.
You're okay.
Okay. So, are we going to go back to the Google document?
Yes, because I feel like I'm going around in circles at this point.
Okay. What is there? What is there that is debunkable anymore? Other than the screenshots, which we acknowledge are allegations. However, Bomb Boys are saying, "Oh, they're not true," is not enough evidence. This guy has a habit of lying.
Then why don't I ask him myself?
Get him on here, dude.
No, I mean, I could ask him on this.
And how do you not know he's not going to lie to you?
Well, I can ask him for evidence. And if he tries to, I don't know, sweep it under the rug or just try to lie to me or whatnot, then I will press him about it.
Okay, do it. Let's do it.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
But he's probably offline, so it's possible I might have
You
to
already
do it
debunked all your points about like the art being false, so I don't know how it can be false, dude.
Well, like I mentioned, I'm going to ask Blom about it. And if he tries to lie to me or, tries to sweep it under the rug, then, you know,
All right. Well, tell me what he's gonna say. Well, tell me what you're gonna say.
well, I'm going to ask him right now.
Well, tell me what you're gonna say.
Well, let me finish first.
Okay. Well, you did. I'm gonna take a piss. Oh, I'm back. What I miss?
Nothing. It seems like he's still offline.
All right. Anything else you want to debate about, or because I basically debunked nearly all your points except the fact that Cashier's a predator.
Because he is a predator, so.
And like I said, you debunked me on that, but I debunked nearly everything.
As well as the fact that, Bomb didn't contact your groomer at all.
All right, my bad. I forgot about that part. Okay. 2-5. Sorry. One of my friends is keeping. One of my higher friends is keeping track of the score.
Got it.
Love that, dude. Anyways.
Video like this at first, but with how
My bad. I was rewatching your video.
Bro, we have lost the plot at this point.
Well, I mean, you kept changing the topic, so
I'm not trying to intentionally change the topic. I'm just
yeah,
trying
no,
to.
it's just like once there's no point left, you need to talk about something else with me. However, I think I made my point completely clear that the art is real. We made it clear that the screenshots have a chance of not being real. However, considering that the art is connected with the screenshots, there's a serious doubt between it.
But like I said, hasn't been proven to be true.
However, all of your points to debunk that's not true. What's false?
But is
Which
it
you
still
acknowledge.
true, though?
Which you acknowledge. So
I'm still asking if it has been proven to be true, though.
From what it looks like, it is more on the leaning side to be true.
But hasn't been true, though.
Like right now, has been true. Until we get proof it's not true. Because all your proof was debunked. So right now,
I'm not talking about the art. I'm talking about the rest of the evidence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not proven to be true yet. I will take your word on that. However, considering that it's once again part of the doc, that is completely on a gray scale. You get my point on why I believe it could be true, right?
I understand your point.
Okay. It's a gray scale right now.
Then honestly, the only thing that you should have called bomb out was rather the artwork rather than the other
Here's the thing.
allegation.
That was the only thing I called bomb out. I covered the allegations because they were important because they were shown in the video. Like they were literally shown in the doc that was covering with the artwork. It was either I don't cover it at all or I cover the doc in general. What my main point was that the German art was true, and there's a chance of the screenshots being true. If you watch my live stream and the video, you can clearly state that, like, you can clearly see that I was back and forth with the screenshots. However, I was 100% certain that the drawing is true. That is because I personally am in the belief that the drawing is true. However, there's a chance that the screenshots could be fake, considering that most of them is a screenshot on the iPad.
Understood.
So, like, if I just did cover it, it wouldn't make sense.
Commander Cody is asking something.
Commander Cody, you got the original image? Yes, I do. It's in the Google Doc. So why the fuck is the UTTP in my live chat?
Good question.
I don't know why they're in my live chat, dude. I know why Avengers in there. Maybe, you know.
I thought you were aware that
they're just internet trolls now.
I thought you were aware that Avenger is still like associated with the UTTP or not.
I mean, that is completely his choice.
But wasn't he groomed by them though?
No, he was groomed by Graves. He got dragged into the UTTP.
Then wouldn't he want to like prohibit himself from ever being in the UTTP again?
He was dragged into it by a friend, and that same friend, like that same friend, for some reason is a dumbass. Not the friend, but he's for some reason a dumbass to remain in contact with that friend and get drawn back into it. And I would also like to mention that the UTTP, from what I know of, there's apparently, I'm doing apparently here because of this dark history. There is a news server ran by, I think, Defender. I could be wrong there. I'm not really interested in this chronically online shit, but apparently there's just a troll group now, doxing group at most. I know there's no CP involved anymore because a lot of them got vetted. So there you go. It's not even a CP read anymore. You could still call it out for being a doxing read and a gore read. But from what I know of, the CP was completely forbidden, and the pedophilia was too.
Okay.
It's just a trolling group now. So personally, I would just ignore it. Like, I'm being totally honest, because if it was CP, I would understand why to not ignore it. But at this point, it's literally just for the bit, which is why I'm not blocking them. Because if I block them, that's like a win for them.
What else should we talk about the document?
There's nothing else to really talk about.
What do we call this, John, bro?
Well, besides the fact that I still think that, despite the fact that I do want the owner of who made the document anonymous, correct?
In my personal opinion, I think the owner should come out with all of the identities involved, because all of them had a part. If you read the Google Doc, they even acknowledge that there's no victim in this situation. I don't know where you got the part where I said there was a victim. I stated all of these people are fucked up people.
I feel like, since they're making it seem like Bomb is like the main person who should be called out.
Well, no, they said their attention to the doc. It's because Bob has a platform.
Yeah, that's why I said that. Well, at first I thought, they were victims at first because of Bomb. But I guess I was wrong.
Okay.
Now, I personally, even though I would want everybody to be anonymous, I would still try to contact the owner of the document. I'm not saying that they need to go public. No, I'm stating that they should at least tell their side of the story with their testament and how they've met Bomb and how they were like, their conversations and such. I'm not stating that, the screenshots
Well,
show their.
I'm in a full agreement with you here, except I'm not the one doing the contact. And if you saw, I spent like 50% of the video complaining about how awful the doc is. They barely gave an introduction. They barely gave any warnings here. And that's my problem with the doc, right? Now, here's
Because
the thing. Here's the thing. If you want them to be contacted, then I feel like that's something you should do because that's what you want. But these people clearly want to be anonymous, and with that, they don't want to be contacted because that's the whole thing I could see.
Okay.
Because personally, I'm not like here's the thing. I'm not eligible to be the investigator of this situation. I'm not eligible to be the investigator of the situation. I will cover it. However, considering they don't want to be contacted, that's all I'm gonna say.
Sure, they may say that they don't want to be contacted, but I feel like their testimony is more important than ever since,
Exactly. And I am in a full agreement with you. If you did not watch my video, I stated how awful the doc is. Because as much as I believe the allegations are true, we're in agreement that this Google Doc is awful, right?
Yes, it's very unprofessional too.
Exactly. That is my point. And in my personal opinion, I know the person is closely watching this drama. They need to professionally make this doc better. That's all I'm gonna say. And I hope they take both of our criticisms into hand, not only in this video, but also in this debate.
Mm-hmm. Because in general, this document could have been professionally better. And if they wanted to call out my friend Bomb as well, then personally, they needed to do a better job of showing like the screenshots, as well as providing trigger warnings and whatnot.
That's exactly what I was saying. And I also feel like they completely don't have the times right. But we also got to remember that most of the people involved in the situation are like around Bomb's age, so 16 to 15. And this is a one-person document. There's no adults involved in the making of this document, clearly. So I feel like for a 16-year-old, this is bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I believe these allegations, it's formatted horribly, and I'm glad we're in agreement there. However, that's the only reason why I could see why people would not take this doc seriously, is the unprofessionalism of this Google Doc.
I personally think that even if this document isn't like professional and whatnot, I don't think the situation is going to be taken seriously at all in general. Because even if you try calling it out, or even if I try calling you out for like criticism, I don't think anybody's going to really take this situation seriously at all.
Now, why do you think that? People. Oh my god, my dog. Bye bye. Cybao, Riley. Anyways. Cybao. Anyways. What? Well, why do you not think it'll be taken? Riley. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna get my dog. Now, why do you believe this situation would not be taken seriously, given the serious allegations such as gore posting and Nazi imagery?
Well, there's quite a lot of reasons. For one, how not professional, sorry. I mean, like, how unprofessional this document is.
Well, we've been over this, but you said even if the doc was taken professionally, that's what I meant.
Yes. I mean, like, this document is, in general, horribly formatted. There are no trigger warnings at all. And
This is exactly what I said, dude.
yeah, that's why I'm
Well, like you said, the situation would be taken seriously even if the doc was professionally done. That's what I want an answer to.
Yes, but it's the way that,
So if the doc was professionally, you still think people wouldn't take it seriously?
I don't think so, especially since...
Well, why?
Well, Has there been any adults in the document?
Like I
I
said, if it was professionally done, then people would take it seriously. You're saying if it was not professionally done, dude.
Well, considering that you made a whole video about it, right? And most of the video wasn't really good, in my opinion. Like I
Well,
mentioned, I have already stated out my criticism about it.
and most of your criticism was kind of bullshit. No offense to you.
And your video was bullshit too.
Well, you already saw my live reaction to the video where I literally went by your video piece by piece. But we're not talking about my video. We're talking about the doc. If the doc was taken professionally, meaning adult involvement, trigger warnings, everything, testimony, screenshots, why do you think it would not be taken seriously?
Well, considering the fact that Bond has been denying the allegations and how
But Bomb
everybody,
has a habit of denying shit that isn't
yes,
true.
he has a habit, but either way, people are going to believe him, even if like the
And
allegations
people are
were
going to
not
call him out for having this habit.
true.
Junior Jaws had a habit of lying. Yummy Cactus had a habit of lying.
And you
And
know,
people still at the end of the day took their situation seriously.
correct. But it's weird how this situation is kind of a parallel of them too.
Well, there's a bunch of parallel dramas.
Either way, it is so similar to them because
But it's
why
the
is
bunch of
Avenger
dramas could be similar, dude.
a predator too?
Pardon?
Did you not know that Avenger was calling Bree a predator, a pedophile?
I am very aware of that, and I don't agree with that. I have privately defended breed draws. I have publicly defended breed draws. In my canceled Avenger video, I was defending breed draws. However, that's Avenger's choice. We're talking about the Google Doc. We're not talking about breed draws. We're not talking about Avenger. We're talking about the Google Doc. The situation's so parallel simply because Leaping Lay did similar shit to Junie and Yummy.
Well, going back to what I was saying earlier, even if the document was professionally written, right, I still feel like people are going to lean and believe Bomb more if I think about it.
Why?
Good question. Well, considering how you say that he has a habit of lying, correct? And how he
Yes.
deflects and denies the allegations, as you may
Correct.
say, I feel like his audience in general is going to believe him more than you because considering your past
Well,
controversy.
here's the thing. Junie Draws and Yummy Cactus, the situation that you claim is so parallel, had a very, very good habit of lying, right? And over exaggerating shit. They even said they over exaggerated. However, people still took it seriously.
But this situation could also be different from that, though.
Here's the thing. Junie and Yummy basically share a similar fan base to Bomb Boyser. Everyone in this commentary space have a similar fan base. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay. I would also like to mention one of my good commentary friends. Since I did want to show you this, it took a while to get an accurate AI generated image of Leaping Lay. One of my good friends, wasn't me, got an AI imagery of Leaping Lay. Right. This is the most accurate they can get Leaping Lay. You can tell this is not accurate. You can tell this is AI, and this is the most accurate we can get.
Interesting.
This is generally the most accurate. We also have this one where they got the eyes somewhat accurate. However, you could tell this is AI. Now, if we pull up the Nazi imagery art, which is what we were originally talking about, this is impossible to replicate. There's so many small little details. And we tried multiple times to get an accurate. This one and this one were the only two accurate ones we can get. Just wanted to add that on. Shout out to my goat, Ashley. Everyone go get this guy 200. Shout out to him, bro. Locked in for me. Shout out to my goat. So you can also, if Leaping Lay is comfortable, try to generate an accurate image of Leaping Lay using their art. There won't be that one that's that accurate. There's no point in denying he didn't draw that. I would also like to mention, just because someone's fan base won't believe it does not mean that people outside of his fan base won't believe it. There's people who started their commentary careers calling out Junior Yummy. So the whole point of how his fan base will probably not believe it is kind of bullshit. There's some people in Junior Jaws' fan base that just don't understand what's going on. However, they still got massive shit. We saw it. Like over like I think the most popular video has like 100K, correct?
Yeah.
So is there any point?
I mean, I feel like this drama is just like in circles at this rate.
It's yeah, but like now we're having very serious allegations of this person drawing Nazi imagery art.
Oh, and somebody brought up a good point. Is there a possibility someone could have commissioned the art of Bomb? Good question,
There's a
actually.
possibility of that, but considering these screenshots took place in 2024, I really seriously doubt, because this was before Bomb was even like popular. I seriously doubt that these people would actually pay money to draw Nazi imagery art just to get back at a friend. Are we like? There's no correlation there, dude. Like that's like next level pettiness. Who would spend their money doing Nazi imagery art in 2024 and then wait for that person to blow up?
Like I mentioned, this person does bring up a good point. It's a
It's
possibility.
not a good point though. Who would deadass commission Nazi imagery art of someone and try to like first of all find an artist who can replicate that 100% accuracy in 2024? Wait 2 years or 1 year just to get the fucking pettiness. Also, there is screenshots that took place in 2024. If you read the Google Doc. Like, I don't think some person's going to commission Nazi imagery art in 2024 and just wait 2 years until this person's blowing up. That makes no sense, dude.
Like I mentioned, it's a possibility, but
Yeah, but this is a very low possibility. And like 100% accuracy too. Like I can understand the AI generated image point somewhat, but the commission point I do not understand. I saw a point where this guy said that was made in Go Animate, dude.
you know, something that is quite particular with me. You know the gore that Bomb supposedly sent, correct?
Wait, hold on. Pause. I'm gonna feed my dogs real quick. Like I'm not. I'm just gonna get their bowls and get their food and feed them. I'll be right back. It'll take like probably like 30 minutes at most.
Okay.
Eat. Oh, 1 second. There you go, Riley. All right, I'm back. Riley, eat. It's right there.
Well, what I was going to mention before is that you know the gore that Bomb supposedly sent, right?
Yeah.
Why did they screenshot it in the moment if they saw nothing wrong with it at the time?
If you read the Google document, they said they screenshot moments to put in the crazy/funniest screenshots in the server.
Yes, but
They also stated why they screenshotted the gore specifically, actually.
But they
Which
saw
you said you said you watched the doc, right?
Yes,
Or you read it?
I read it.
They said right. Hold on 1 second. I know they said something about it because I remember reading it.
I'm confused. Why did they screenshot it in the moment if they saw nothing wrong with it at the time though?
The only reason why I screenshot the wait, actually, I'm gonna share my screen.
And also, Commander
Wait,
Cody is saying a very good point.
I'm gonna share my
There,
screen here. Hold on one second. Wait, we'll get into that in a bit. The only reason I screenshot the Gorfing was because I thought I need to tell someone about it. Word for word. You read the doc, right?
yes, I've read the dog. I'm still confused over.
Now, there's multiple screenshots of the situation being in December 2024 and February of 2025. The only thing that we saw that was present day was this and this, right? Now, if we go over this again, right? On where is the slash part? Most of the screenshots I have are from whenever he would say something I could put in our friend group server quote channel, which was a channel where the funniest / craziest things will say would go. And then again, they screenshotted the Gorfing to tell someone. And this is who they told, their boyfriend. And look at that. They showed the screenshots. Look at this. Look at this. February 24th, 2025. The same screenshots we saw earlier in the document was shown in these DMs in the same screenshots with the dates. The only reason why the screenshots were not of those old dates was because he was kicked out of the group chat. And the only screenshots he got was the one he sent to his boyfriend on that date, which shows proof.
But they saw nothing wrong with it at the time. That's what I'm confused
They saw
about.
something wrong with the gore and they screenshotted it. Well, first of all, they waited a day. We saw it yesterday. Wait. They waited a day. They saw they probably were processing it. Then they screenshotted it to tell somebody. That was their intent. And we have legitimate proof that these screenshots were taken in 2024, considering we have the DMs with their boyfriend, Blue, that shows the same screenshots being posted in 2025 of November.
Got it. Now, I want to bring up what Commander Cody is saying. He's saying that there is no image of the art being posted before 2024.
Oh
Only
my God. Do I really have to show it again?
Let me finish.
Look. 2/24/25. We see the legs of the artwork.
But it doesn't say that.
We see the legs of the artwork.
You gotta read, my guy. You gotta read. There is no image of the.
Wait. We see the legs of the artwork in November of 2025. Most of the screenshots we see in this Google document was sent to the boyfriend in November of 2025.
There is no image of the art being posted before.
It's right there!
Oh my God. Let me
right
finish.
there.
There is no image of the art being posted before 2024. Only just hours at the date.
You said art. Now you're saying gore?
I said art, not gore.
Okay, but look, the art is right there. And then now let's go here. We see this arrow. That means there was more screenshots and he was going down below.
And then he's here saying there's only 2 screen caps with years and both do not contain the years.
And now I'm showing that the screenshots that were taken with the time dates show the screenshots of these same exact time dates being taken.
And
20...
then they're saying that
no, wait,
they
wait,
could
wait,
have been
we see November
at any time.
We see November 24/25, where this person was explaining the situation to the partner, and we see the artwork. We see the same screenshots we see in the document. The screenshots we see in the document were taken years ago, except they were shown.
They could have been created at any time, though. And it says, and it's only 2 screen caps within an hour.
Again, we see
not more.
the arrow, right? And we see, I can't show the entire conversation with my partner because it's so personal, and it was a very important wake-up call to me. We see the screenshots being posted, and if we look at the screenshots here, it's the same screenshots we saw in the document. Like, come on, dude. Anything to say?
No,
Okay.
because like I said, I just feel like I'm going around in circles.
Because you have no defense, dude. I'm sorry.
I do have a defense, though. This situation in general doesn't make any fucking sense.
Your defense was debunked, though.
But you don't. Oh my god. The thing is, though, the document literally is starting to confuse me even more the more I fucking read it. Because there is just so many fucking inconsistencies. And plus, it is literally not handled properly either.
Again, this is what I've been saying since day fucking one. However, it was proven that the artwork happened. It was proven that this took place between not November, between December of 2024 all the way to February of 2025. We could see the screenshots being shown in the document, being shown and posted to her boyfriend at the time. You're huffing and puffing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm genuinely losing brain cells at this point.
Because none of your points make sense, dude.
They do make sense.
Well, they've been debunked.
But there are so many inconsistencies in the
and point them out, dude. Because the ones you pointed out were debunked. I even pointed out, like, you even had to get, like, some guy in the comment sections had to debunk him too because he ran out of points. Just admit you lost the debate, dude.
I didn't lose at all.
Well, you did.
No,
you stop arguing your points because I proved you wrong multiple times.
I haven't proved anything wrong. You are making the situation in circles instead. It genuinely doesn't make any sense.
How does it not make sense?
Because your video is genuinely dog shit. I'm sorry.
And this debate where I'm personally having a one-on-one conversation with you is debunking most of the points you're using. Your video on me is dog shit. And this is because this entire situation is dog. Wait, let me explain. Let me explain why my video was dog shit and why your video was dog shit. It's because we started off with a god-awful Google Doc that had very serious allegations that was proven. Now, I made a video, right, based off of stupid document, right? But it had proven allegations. You made a video based off me covering a stupid document that had proven allegations. You see the echo chamber here. Everyone in, like, project is dog shit. But the point across is that Lay did drew that art and that this did take place around 2025 or 2024, or the end of 2024, early 2025. Your only real defense here is Bomb wouldn't do that.
Commander Cody brought up another good point. In the screenshot about 2025, it has another screen cap in it that says, incest that cuts off with named colored out with pink. Who said that?
All right. Now let's point up this.
And then Joe brought up another good point. There's honestly no plausible way that the art of Bomb Boiser exists unless Bomb made it. But at the same time, there's also the problem that you, Friendly Fire, stated that he denied.
Black. This is clearly purple. These are not family dinner combos. I love incest. Now, if we go down to the screenshot, they were replying to something. And now the reason why we didn't see how many screen caps are there is because there's a little arrow. There could be multiple screen caps that this guy just chose not to show that makes him look bad because it's very obvious that purple messed up here. And now the thing is, we can't see the entire conversation because it's so personal. I want to make it clear that it's very obvious all parties had some fucked up in this. This is what I've been saying. And there is proof that this person drew the art because if you watched earlier, we already went over this art piece by piece.
I'm not taking down my video.
I don't care if you take down my video, but
Oh,
I
I'm
just
saying I'm not
debunked.
taking down my video.
I said I don't care, but I just debunked you,
It's
dude.
gonna stay there. It's gonna stay there. I don't
Dude,
care.
I don't care. I just debunked
Okay, you don't
you.
have to care.
Like I just
But I
debunked you,
just
dude.
hope that it's not gonna be taken down.
When did I ever say take down the video?
Well, considering that you throw tantrums and
I'm
making
not throwing a tantrum.
well a whole entire live
I'm
stream
not I'm
about it.
not throwing a tantrum.
Well,
I'm just
you in the
debunking
past
you.
have thrown
You're
tantrums.
the one who was getting mad this entire time. Like when I like brought up a point, you're like, shut the fuck up.
And then the thing that Commander Cody is saying this is that is there a possibility of the dog creator making the art?
I seriously doubt that. Like I genuinely seriously doubt that. Considering again, we had a full argument about this. This 100% accuracy, and we can't just keep going back to this. It's clearly Lay. I showed proof that Lay has done drawings like this before. There's also apparently allegedly a story where Judge lectured bomb of Nazi imagery art before.
That is not true at all.
Okay, well, did you ever question Judge about that?
I talked to Judge before. She said
Did you ever
that
question Judge about it specifically?
repeat that again.
Have you ever questioned Judge on not Judge, a judge on that specifically?
Yes. She told me that's not true at all.
And how do you not know Judge is protecting a friend?
Because why would she be doing that?
Because they're friends?
Yeah, they're friends, but she showed me plausible evidence.
And what plausible evidence?
Well, in my DMs with her.
Well, if there was plausible evidence, why did you not show that in the video?
Because that isn't relevant to the situation.
Plausible evidence that Bomb did not draw Nazi art is
but
irrelevant.
You're talking about Nazi imagery, not the Nazi art. Nazi.
But we're talking about Nazi imagery in the situation because of Bomb. Judge is saying the allegations are not true.
And then Commander Cody is over here saying, if the dog creator is clearly dishonest, he could have gotten it from multiple ways.
The dog creator isn't dishonest. The dog creator said they made mistakes.
We
the
don't
dog
see...
creator, wait. What the dog creator is not doing is acknowledging their own mistakes. They're only going at Leaping Lay's throat. Something I acknowledge. I said all of the people involved need to call out their own behavior, including the own person. However, my point will stand. Leaping still had fault in this.
And then they're saying, well, we don't see who uploaded the art either. It cuts off in the screenshot.
Thank you, Joey. We did see who drew the art, dude. Again, the reason why. Now, look at this, right? Look at this. Let's look at the screenshot. In this screenshot, if it is real, look at this. Leaping Lay. Look at this. They're replying to a message. Leaping Lay. Cancel me. I have too many correct opinions on Jewish people.
But
and
we don't know if
the
that's
artwork. No, wait. You didn't even draw the hand right, bro. What are you doing? They're replying to this art. Criticize me again. And you're going in the Jewish grape gas chamber, bro. There is proof that this person did draw it.
But how do we know that that specific reply is to the though?
Because are we okay? Cancel me. I have too many correct opinions on Jewish people. Then we see the image icon. We see
yes,
that
could be the image icon, but that could not be.
Let me finish. We can clearly tell this person posted an image. We see this. You didn't even draw the hand right, bro. What are you doing? Draw. Criticize me again, and you're going into Jewish. It's clear they're talking about the artwork, dude. Oh, okay. I don't know if he's going to be back, guys, or what. He basically ran out of points, so the debate won already. I don't know why it went on for this long, but we debunked Zeal's video. Why does it show bomb? Where does it show bomb replying to themselves, dude? Now I want to debate this, dude, but I'm kind of curious. Where does it show bomb replying to themselves? They replied to orange. Where does it show bomb replying to themselves? I don't see it. There's two bomb. Oh man, I wonder why. It's because they're replying to this, then orange replying to this. I wonder why there's two bombs, dude. Wonder why. All right, well, debate fucking won. I don't know what else to say except this is pathetic. We all know Bomb did it. There's no point. If Bomb is just truthful, guys, this would not matter. You were the one lecturing Lay? When did you lecture Lay? When did you lecture Lay about this artwork? It was a different artwork? Is there any way I could contact you, actually? I'm kind of curious about this, actually. Is there any way? Different artwork. That's nice. Oh, it's you, Caster. Boring. Do you have proof of the artwork? Do you have proof of the artwork, though? Yo, Cash, the fact you wasted your time to prove Zeal BS, like legit, I wouldn't survive. I'm the man. I'm literally the man to do what's right. No, wait, that sounds wrong. I'm the man to point out if there's hypocrisy in a situation, I'm going to point it out. Okay. He showed up. Exactly. All right, well, Zeal's been debunked. I have nothing else to really talk about. If you could find it, just send it to me for email. I hate bside@gmail.com. I have nothing else to talk about. Bomb's been debunked. I'll see you guys later. Zeal, want to break into the commentary sphere? Make sure you're right.